just threw everybody for a loop right now.
All right, we tried to start early to screw you all up. I don't know how that worked. So then I didn't start it right. So it's gonna be a long show. Not really. We're gonna try to keep it a short show today. It's been a long day. Yeah, it's been a long day. While we wait for you guys to finish off the commercial because we went early. Like, I don't know what your guys' opinion on this. If any of you live in areas where generators are popularly used, a little bit of courtesy, if I may. Even if you don't have a home generator, one that is attached through the gas line to your house and is established in your backyard, the proper etiquette is to make sure that wherever you are shooting the exhaust and wherever the loudest amount of noise is not directed towards your neighbors. Because the last thing you want to do is have a bunch of pissed off neighbors when you finally wake up in the morning.
Yes, and you can strike them down with the lightsaber.
Yeah,
strike them down.
Right. Sometimes people just don't think. I think you know what I mean. All right, let's say hi. Hey, Darth Negativity, are you there?
Yep.
He's there. Okay, what's going on, my friend? All right, let's say hi to Ruben. Hey, have a great show, Dark Side Crew. How do I want Acolyte to end? An end credit scene where we have KK giving birth to Palps. Well, that would be hilarious. Dude.
Ruben. I mean, that's great. I think that's awesome. Don would quit Star Wars forever.
I don't know if he would. By the way, so what Ruben's referring to is we're gonna have Don go for a little
into the Acolyte. He would quit Star Wars.
Listen, at the end of the day, it's too early for Palpatine to be born anyway.
I thought that was the post-credit scene. So it'd be the post-credit would be her.
Flash forward.
Yeah, it'd be flash forward. Yeah.
Making it canon.
Well, hey, let's not get into it too much. We'll get into it a little bit later. GTK Comics, hi, thumbs up. Hey, GTK Comics. Tommy Longbox, 23. God, Tommy, thank you. 23 months. Back from vacation again. He was just in the States not too long ago. And ready for all things Star Wars with the Dark Side Crew. Muscle up, cheer up, cheer up. All right, Tommy. Well, I hope you had a good vacation.
23 months is impressive, Tommy. Thank you.
That is too. Yeah. God, that's one of those English that when I tell you, like the stats on Dark Side, the percentage of English viewers is higher than any other show.
I'm just surprised.
And we slam it all the time. What's that?
I'm surprised 23 months for us.
I know, right?
I drink tea every show, and they want to know what tea I'm drinking.
I keep telling them to throw tea in the lake. I make those references all the time. So, I mean, shout out all of our fans over there. We really do appreciate you guys and gals. You guys are the best. But America. All right. Thumbs, cheers, thumbs. Saying hi for the algorithm. Hi. Oh, that's right. Good job, Dom. Hi, Ed. Ed, where did you? He probably went someplace cool. Mr. Appleman, what's going on? Hi, everyone. Looks like a great show tonight. How will the Acolyte end? Our Star Wars fans, suckers, and box out. Yeah. I mean, we got there. There might be. I've actually pissed some people off on the channel because of that title. They start trying to defend some BS, but we'll get into it later. Not people on the show, mind you. Not the people at all.
Dom might get mad though, because he's really excited about one of those.
John's. I know he posted that in there. Yeah, that just kind of. Yeah. We have typically a non-store exclusive posting policy, yet Dom has different rules, and people get mad when he does it, and then they ask me why I'm not mad, and I just go, "It's Dom." Like, okay, all right, John, say yes. Dwayne Scott, Nub disc track is 80%. Oh, nice. The Nub disc track's 80% complete. Chef, what's going on?
That song to come to debut. Wait,
I'll listen to it once. That's it.
I'm surprised you didn't listen to it at all because it's dissing Nubs. Come on, man.
Jobs Acolyte is a Sith. We'll get into probably what we think is going to happen here. I mean, I think some of it's a wish list too. You know what I mean? Like I always give you guys my wish list. I don't think any of it's really going to happen. Most of it, I'm just like hoping it'll happen, and then
yeah, exactly. But I definitely have my take.
You
have
original
everybody from the
original
45 takes.
It's all right.
It goes this way. It goes that way.
Hey, I put in the description. We're gonna get them all, and that's how we're gonna end the show. Is with all those. Or we'll do it in the beginning. We'll do it probably pretty early on. But without further ado, because I know a lot of us are tired or we have to get going. And Wayseeker, let's get into the news real quickly.
All right, let's go. We got news this week. Here we go. Lucasfilm is starting development on a new animated Star Wars television project. Don't know what it is, but they are hiring all types of people from pre-production, post-production, things like that. So they are ramping up, and it's good to see. So I know we all have our hopes for it. I hope it's High Republic.
I do too. Go ahead, Dom.
No, I'm sorry. I'm going to say that, they talk about in development, right? So that means if it's in development, or it should probably be already started already, and by next year we can get something. But I don't think we're going to get another animated series next year.
That's not what that means. We'll probably get another animated. Hold on. We're going to get another animated, at least something, because we're going to get the one that's supposed to be like
Tales
from the Other Side. Yeah, no, the one that's supposed to be like, what's the Marvel thing?
Oh, we're getting that one this year. Yeah, we're getting the Lego one this year.
Yeah, we're getting the Lego one this year. This is. Can we break this down real quickly? Let's throw Resistance out there, and I'm not trying to crap on sticks. Let's not tell the crap on sticks joke. Get rid of Resistance. All the rest of this stuff stay done from every Lego one. I'm talking like the Yoda Diaries, everything, to the one we're seeing now, the Gandalf one, whatever. What's this guy's name? All of them. Is any of them unwatchable?
Gandalf.
No, who did this one?
Gindi.
Yeah, Gindi. Yeah, Gindi.
No, they're all watchable.
Yeah, they're all watchable. It's the one thing that Star Wars has done, excluding Resistance, that is all watchable. It's unbelievable. Some of them are really underrated too. I know everybody likes Clone Wars and Rebels, right?
Sticks is never gonna let this one go.
I'm just saying that's.
Even Nubs is
nobody's
watchable.
Perfect. Nobody's perfect.
Even Nubs is watchable.
They're all watchable. I forgot about that one. It's so bad.
I don't know about Bad Batch.
No, Bad Batch. Okay,
Bad Batch is watchable.
It's watchable. It's not great, but it's watchable.
Hey,
okay, you are right. So they have two bombs.
No, it's not a bomb. It would Emmys. They're coming out with another season. It is one of the
just because you win awards. Just because you win awards doesn't mean you're good, dude. Listen, I do it by poll. When I let the whole house pull it out because we're a very diverse demographic in this household.
You don't have any preschoolers in your house.
No, not anymore. But I have little kids.
They're not preschoolers.
There's not one person I know besides you making this up that actually watch that and enjoy it. I'll be honest with you.
Wayfiga, I have to give him credit for that. It's true. I have not seen anybody that watches that show, and I've talked to everybody about the Star Wars show. They've seen it. They're like, "Yeah, I couldn't care less." I don't even know why. And I'm like,
I gave it a try 3 times, Seeker, and I gave it one time I didn't give it an awesome try. The other 2 times I gave it a.
Are you going to watch season 2 when it comes out next month?
Very fairly try. I'll probably try to watch one episode of it again. If it's as bad as the shit that I was watching before.
And my point did a cartwheel, and I'm like, I'm done.
Damn it, Seeker, you had to bring up the dog shit. Okay, my point was. Arguably, animation is their best product. You might not have liked all of Visions, right? But you liked Visions 1. There was something in Visions 1 that fun. You might not like baby Sabretooth carrying Ahsoka in her mouth, but it still found stuff in Tales you liked. You might not like all the Lego Jedi stuff, but you found something. Clone Wars, you might not have liked the movie, but you liked the series, so on and so forth. There's always something great that comes out of here. So this is good news. I think they should focus a lot on there. I know Dom is live action movie we need in the theaters, but if you think about it, Star Wars,
some animated stuff too. I like animated stuff,
but that's where they excel.
Yeah, it does.
That is where they excel.
I don't understand why they can't make a movie. I know they made a Clone Wars movie, but I make other movies that they have all these great artists and these great people that can make these and make a movie for the movies.
I think the expectations for Star Wars movies are just too high. I really do. That you have too many people who would complain because they're not spending.
Hold on. I think it's partly that it's easy to shit on that because that hits the general population. Most of these cartoons or whatever animation things, not a lot of people, dude, when I was talking about Rebels and LCS, people didn't even know. They're like, dude, you don't know what you're talking about. You're talking about Clone Wars. I'm like, no, the new animated one, the new one with the Jedi. People aren't really the first season, they're not really watching it. And then it gets fans that are I mean, some more critical like JJ, but like the rest of us truly get out there and go like, no, guys, have you not been watching it? And then everybody's like, oh, well, I've been watching it since day one. But they hadn't. But, that builds it up. With the movies, they're just going to – that's easy for people who don't watch the product, who don't give a shit about Star Wars to easily shit on because it's a movie and everybody knows what a movie is. Right? You can find an actor and pick them out and say, I don't like the way that actor looks. I don't like what they've said on social media. With this animation thing, I know some of you guys do know it, but like I couldn't tell. The only person I know that did an animated voice is that jackass Prince Jr. just because he was drunk saying dumb shit. Like that's the only reason. That's the only reason. So
not for anything like this. First Clone Wars in 2003 when this dropped. It was awesome. It was over the edge. I think it had Durns freaking exploding. It had Obi-Wan. It was freaking awesome. I enjoyed it. I wish they would make more stuff like this. The detail to this when Anakin fought Ventress, it started raining and you see the rain hit the lightsabers and smoke up. That's really cool, stuff detail to a cartoon that was, a little over the top, but I like that. They don't take those chances anymore for stuff like that. Cartoons are.
What are you talking about? Did you watch Visions?
Well, I know Vision. I'm talking about Vision. I'm talking about this, like a regular series. Make a regular series. Visions is different and different types of animation. Look, I know Ronin. If you did
They literally took a bunch of chances on Vision. What are you talking about?
I know they did. I'm meaning like this.
Stop. I know you're Mr. Nostalgia and everything back in the day was way better. I fucking had to walk 50 feet backwards in the snow, and that was way better than taking a fucking Jetson car someplace. I get it, dude. I get that portion. But let's not act like this is the greatest piece of work we've ever seen, because this does not hold up. Like you go back and watch it, a lot of shit in here doesn't hold up. There's 3 action poses in the whole fucking thing. I love it. And it makes you sound like when you have to tell people like, yo, it's not what you're describing, because it's the first time you see something really cool. But like, bro, come on. I mean, it's this, 20 times. There's like every character does this, or this. Like, what the fuck?
I know.
We're watching the Freemakers again, second time through.
So
That's
good.
So much fun.
I told you
that's
that.
Like, that's like Rebels.
Why they canceled that?
So
another reason why Dave should be fired is because he stopped Freemakers because he said it wasn't canon.
It's so good. Who cares if it's
a
canon?
door.
Who cares?
Dude, it was so funny. So funny.
Dwayne said they took down Visions season 1, but Visions 2 is still there. How can you take season 1? Season 1 was freaking awesome, man.
And they just rotate stuff out. Who knows? I haven't even looked, but
I didn't look.
Yeah, they might just rotate it in to bring it back, because they'll probably gonna pop out another Vision thing and be like, and we're putting Vision 1s back on Disney Plus.
Yep. All right, let's keep moving.
All right, yeah.
Daisy Ridley provided
what the shit is this
on upcoming Star Wars movie and expects to start filming next year, which I think is in line with what most of us are expecting.
Does anybody even remember what the fuck part this was? This is how bad these movies are.
In the tunnel.
At first, I was like, did you clip some shit together?
The worm that was in there when she healed the worm. That's the scene they were inside the tunnel.
Stop when I'm trying to fucking get in on something and then jeez,
Tom ruined it. Anyway, I mean, I know
Tom, I was gonna get your back on this. It was gonna go your way on this, and
but not anymore.
Not anymore.
People were expecting it to come out in like 2026, the same year as Mando, but they're not coming out with 2 movies in the same year. They're probably not even coming out with 2 movies.
No, remember people said this was going to be the first movie out at one point.
Well, I still think it was of the ones they announced. This one, Mando wasn't one they announced, but it's still coming out before Heir to the Empire. And it's definitely coming out before Mangold's movie that's never happening.
And what about the Levy's movie?
Well, that's next. Thanks, Tom. You're really on everybody's side right now.
I'm sorry.
Over 2 for Dom today.
Well, I got to make one comment really quick.
Go ahead.
I said a controversial line.
Hold on. Time out. Is it anything that JJ could cover?
Good.
Dom, is anything JJ could cover? The comment you're about to make.
What I'm about to say right now?
Yeah.
He's probably going to say no, but
okay, go ahead.
So I went to the comic store to see my friend, and he's a Star Wars fan, this and that.
Yeah.
And I told him he's not a big fan of the Acolyte, and he's surprised that I'm liking the Acolyte. I said, you know what? I like the Acolyte better than the friggin' whole sequel trilogy. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
And it's the truth. I don't give a shit. I don't care what I get, the hate I get. I don't care. There's a direction with the Acolyte. There's no direction with this sequel trilogy. They just went as they went.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sorry.
And you don't have to be sorry. Especially if you're right. Like,
There you go, Dom.
oh shit! Who's this clown?
Yo, dude. Read it, Dom. Go for it.
You know who he looks like? So there's a TV
Yeah,
show.
he look. You know, what he looks like is the Cat in the Hat.
No, he is, but he looks like Cat in the Hat. But he also looks like Annister from the Has Been Hotel, a cartoon that was on Prime. Anyway, he looks like a demon. But anyway.
Yeah, did Disney say did it really say she's never doing Star Wars again?
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know if she said
At one
that.
point, they wrote a check. Big check.
They wrote her a
So
check.
when
gave
is
her
this
a
coming
bag,
out
I
then?
guess.
2035?
I mean, this one hasn't even started writing yet, Dom. So this one hasn't been announced officially as a project.
Who is this guy?
So this is the director for
Free Guy, and the Deadpool and
Deadpool and all that stuff. So he
Oh,
announced that
vampires.
Jonathan Tropper or something is now, I don't know how to pronounce his name, who wrote the Adam Project, which is not something I've ever seen before. So I don't know if it's any good. Will be writing a Star Wars movie. So I have no idea who this person is.
Hey,
But
in other related news, Dom is also writing a Star Wars movie. He hasn't put a single word on a piece of paper yet, but he's writing one.
I got a single word. Words.
Words.
I got words.
You got
Boba
words.
Fett. Has Boba Fett in every page, just randomly.
Scene 1. Boba Fett walks into the room
Boba Fett as
as
whatever, John Wick.
so this guy, he has some good. So right now he's the hottest director in Hollywood. So Kathleen
This
Kennedy
guy?
is very happy, because he is bringing the MCU back to where it was. That's what they're saying.
The MCU. This ain't fucking Marvel.
No, he's doing Marvel. He's doing the Deadpool and Wolverine movie. That's Marvel.
Oh.
So
Well, let's wait to see how that turns. Let's see how.
Let's praise him for a movie nobody's seen yet.
Yeah, let's wait till that thing comes out because I'll be honest, I'm gonna enjoy it, but it looks like there's a lot of shit that could be happening, and that could be a shitstorm of a movie.
Did you see the movie Free Guy? Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds, where he's in the video
Yeah, it was
game. And he
good.
could be,
It was good.
yeah, he did that movie. So,
I'm
Where he was
excited
what?
for it, but
What did he
again,
do?
this one hasn't even been announced yet, Dom. So
but what do you think it could possibly be? Is it going to be because look, you have Mangfold doing the beginning.
but that's never going to happen, Dom. Never.
I know. Listen,
So,
I don't know.
just this one could easily leapfrog that, and with Dave Filoni's schedule, it theoretically could leapfrog Heir to the Empire because Dave Filoni could want 6 seasons of Ahsoka before he decides he wants to wrap up with the movie.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Mando is supposed to be coming out next year, right?
Especially now. Hold on now. Now, especially that Acolyte, excluding the fucking trolling thing, has gotten pretty decent reviews. And same thing with what's the show before that? Andor.
Yeah.
And everybody's hyping up Andor. You know he doesn't want to like end his run right in because he's having a down period right now. He's not the hype king he used to be. So this guy
who knows?
just annoys me.
I find
Go to
it
a different picture.
I find it somewhat odd, not really troubling, but odd in the fact that now half of Star Wars directors will have directed a Hugh Jackman Wolverine movie.
Who's the other one?
Mangold did
Oh,
Logan.
Mangold.
Yeah.
He did,
Well, if that Mangold movie ever gets fucking done.
he did the what's his face? Logan.
He's at the same part of writing and fucking Dom.
Yep.
He's got a piece of paper someplace and a pen.
Yeah, I'm just writing words.
Yeah,
walking
saying
on the
words.
words.
Dawn of the Jedi on every page. That's all I had.
Jedi,
That
just
Boba Fett.
words.
No, you're gonna do like with the Simpsons when you see Bart writing on the board. I will not. I would write a Star Wars story. No,
No, it just says Dawn of the Jedi. Dawn of the Jedi. Dawn of the Jedi. Dawn
Yeah,
of the Jedi.
it's
Dawn of the Jedi.
Nah,
All right. Renew the Acolyte is trending on Twitter or X or whatever you call it.
How can you redo if we don't know the ending yet?
But fans are clamoring on social media already for another season.
Where's the
I think
rank on
another
trending?
season-
99 out of 100.
I think another season's a given at this point. That's what I believe. Like,
No.
I don't know.
because-
We gotta see what it ends with. But like,
Well, Leslie Hedlund.
do I mind having weird? What's weird glasses girl's name? Woman's name? Again?
Leslie Hedlund?
Hedlund. If
Hedlund.
I have no problem with Hedlund doing another series of the timeline or even doing something she calls something similar, but like
Unless
I
the
hope they end
finale,
the story.
unless the finale like somehow breaks the internet or something in a good way.
Uh,
You're looking at the fact that like, are they going to want to drop? It's going to be a while, I think, before they come to a renewal decision or not. Because are they going to want to drop another 180 mil into a project without the numbers or anything like that.
I actually think you're right. I think that they're gonna probably wait. So if there is a season 2 that comes, it's not gonna be anytime soon.
I think they're going to make announcements.
Well, if
soon.
it does, it's going to be a year and a half anyway.
But yeah, it'll still take a while. I think they're going to make announcements soon. I think Acolyte season 2 is. I'm going to go out there and say it's going to happen, and they're going to announce it sooner than later.
People
It might cut the budget. It might not be 180. It might be.
I'll put you on my note right next to all the people that said Obi-Wan season 2 is coming.
Well, I never said that one.
I didn't say you. I said all the people.
But this
Well, I
one,
didn't say
I'm
that
saying Acolyte season 2 will get announced.
Here's what I think. She's done a good enough job with the air and the lore, right?
Yeah.
If you don't like the way some of her writing is, or you think that she's whatever, fine. We don't know how the end ends either. But like, yeah, go ahead. Let her have something else. She's proven more than capable than some of the jackasses they've had direct and do stuff before. I'm looking directly at you, dipshit, who did sequel 1 and 3. But like, yeah, give her a shot at something. I just don't know if we need more. I'll be honest, I hope the story ends here. I think that's part of the problem with Star Wars sometimes is we continuously just fucking rehash shit. And when they do it, it becomes all filler. I mean, think about Mando at this point too. Some of it seems like filler, you know what I mean? And now we're just kind of extending. Like we didn't really need a season 2 of that. It should have been already advanced to season 3 because there's a lot of filler in there. Think about what we've been doing with the Star Wars movies. Did we really need a sequel trilogy? Because it sure as shit looked like crap. You know, I mean, there was parts of even Clone Wars, if we're being honest, they could have cut. I like Clone Wars because they didn't do it sonically.
Clone Wars could have been a little shorter. They could have tightened it up a little
Clone Wars
bit.
did get canceled and brought back.
Yeah, it got canceled and brought back.
Yeah.
Who would you want to direct something right now? Bryce Dallas Howard.
Who's she do? What's she done?
She
so
did
far?
a few episodes of The Mandalorian.
Yeah, no, I think she was overhyped on. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think it was okay. She's okay. I guess you could have her do some stuff, but I don't. Not her dad who put Maul in it just because her kid wanted to see it there.
Well, freaking Leslie Hilton stated that she wants to do
They're not going to go Old Republic right now. They're just not. Maybe someday, but not right now.
Well, sure. Are you asking if I'd let her? Are you asking if they announce? Are you asking if they announced tomorrow that they were going to do an Old Republic? She could get any spot. Not that they're going to do Revan, not that they're going to do Magus, but they're going to do something.
Was it Shade, the girl, Revan's wife? What's her name? She wanted to do a story about
Shane. Yeah.
Astral.
Yeah, Shane Astral.
Yeah.
Well, she has a granddaughter too. I mean, like either way, it doesn't matter. Like if they get something in that timepiece, sure, man, she can do it because she knows the lore, man. I'd rather have somebody who actually has proven that they know the lore than somebody who doesn't.
Yep.
Cancel
I
Rare.
don't know that matters that much.
I don't know. I know you. Hey, listen, JJ. I get you might not be the biggest fan of this thing, but I am thoroughly enjoying this. And
what's the best Star Wars show?
What's the best?
Andor than this
live action?
Yeah,
Andor than this.
Okay. Does Tony?
Well, no,
Andor
season 1 of Mando. This
no.
I'd rather watch
season 2 of Mando. Season 2.
All you need to do is tell a good story and wrap it in Star Wars.
Well, then, okay.
You need to be a lore master to do it.
I get that, but this is
I'm thinking
we'll talk more about it later with Acolyte, but
right.
Yeah, we'll come back to that. All right, we got some more. We got a new image of Ernesto.
Holy fucking weirdo!
This is before the final episode. Does this provide any clues of what's to come?
Yeah, that's not a good look.
Well, I looked at she might be dressed.
And that you don't know how to send her a picture because you put a fucking line right down her face.
Right down the middle.
It looks like she's dressed for like the Senate, like the go in front of the Senate. So,
or the council, the high council.
Yeah, the council.
So no, they said that she has to go in front of the Senate. So
I don't know. We'll see.
That's what they said. I mean, you can say you don't know, you'll see, but
we haven't said that she's going to have to go before it.
Yeah, she says they said you're going to have to pitch in front of the council. They said it episode 4. Go back and watch it. Do your homework.
Well, she's dressed up for that. So who knows? What does she say? Does she throw Soul underneath the bus?
This is going to be a cosplay right here. I can tell you. People are going to
for what? Ugly people?
No, it's a good outfit. Why don't you want to wear that? That's cool.
Bald, ugly bitches? What are you talking about?
It looks like they put a Jedi cloak on Carrie Fisher's outfit.
That is what they did.
The day.
Yeah, what the hell? I mean, dude, they didn't do that. Oh, oops. They didn't do that, young lady. Who is the actress here? She should be mad how they did her.
The director's wife.
Helen's wife.
Yeah.
Well, okay, that's her name is Glasses
Anderson,
Lady's
is that
wife.
what
I don't know. That's
I
why
don't
I
remember her
forgot her
name.
name.
Was she in something else?
Yeah, she's been in a bunch of other stuff.
Dude, oh wait, so the lady that did this,
I think
the
it's Rebecca
Glasses Lady
Henderson or
is
something like
married
that.
to this woman.
Yeah.
Okay. So she's obviously a lesbian then. Okay, this lady, how do you go home with your partner and that you're married to, and you have to look at yourself in the mirror looking like this on fucking screen and not fucking go like, fuck you, you're sleeping on the couch making me look like this shit. Like, for real,
I like
dude.
the look.
Dude,
I like it.
Well,
Hadley's,
I honestly think-
what's her name?
listen,
Who's her wife?
I think
Hadlin.
I think
Hold on,
she's the,
Hadlin. Hey, she pissed Hadlin off one time, and Hadlin's like, "Yeah, don't worry about it. Perfect part for you. Gonna make you a fucked up lizard person. That's what I'm gonna do. Bald headed too. Yeah, good look there, bro.
Chad making good points. It could be funeral garb.
Could
What's
be
up,
a
Don?
funeral.
What you can say?
Yeah, it could be a
I
mass
was gonna say
funeral.
that she's the head of the household, so I think she tells us to sleep on the couch.
Who?
She is.
See, that's why.
Yeah.
Hey, that's why.
dead.
That's why Headland was fucking her up. If Headland's the boss now, she goes, "Oh, you want to be bossy at home? I'm gonna turn you into I'm gonna turn you into fucking female Shrek. That's what I'm gonna do to you, bald female Shrek. Yeah, that's what you get. That's what you get. That's what it is. You
Well,
might be right.
All right.
And listen, guys, look, everybody digs the bull chicks, so you got to see what happens. You know?
Hey. Oh yeah, we can't tell ball chick jokes, or maybe some soft dude will come out there, some cuckold will smack you on the face and stage, dude.
All right. Who's ready for more Yord? More Jackie.
You are. I know you are.
Haven't confirmed this week that more stories are being considered in different formats,
No.
i.e. books
No.
or comics.
Bullshit.
Fan favorites.
Nobody. This is first off,
No.
no. This is not a fan. Nobody. This Wayseeker besides you. Nobody. This is nobody's
This is
fan.
way
favorite.
too news every week.
That is
This director or
one
actor
book.
said this.
It's a
and it's-
trilogy. The Yord trilogy.
No,
You're
Wave Seeker
That
sent
Timothy's
letters.
on.
Wave Seeker sent the letter to Headland and said, "Please, I want more Yord, shirtless Yord, please."
Troll alert. Thank you, Dwayne Scott. We got to get that. Should be a show. Anytime you see Wayseeker, know it's a troll alert coming down. Hell no, bro. Like, no.
By considered, you mean immediately dismissed? Is that what
Yeah.
the word considered is?
They said
This
they're
guy's
discussing- Pablo and them are having internal discussions about
That's
it.
not true. Your dude
Yeah.
walked up and was like, "Hey man, there's some weirdo on the internet that says I'm great. Can I get more shows then?" And they're like, "Oh, we'll
Well, not for
consider it."
anything, man.
And,
Not for
they
anything.
immediately go, "Make sure his code card does not work anymore. Security. Get him
Nah,
out of
you
here."
know, to be real, I kind of liked him at the end before he died. It's his mind. You know, I kind of in episode 5 when he fought the Waimir and he got his neck broken. I kind of liked him. I thought he was pretty cool there. You know, but not as cool as Wave Seeker, like a little schoolgirl sitting without a shirt on. So I kind of that's a little different story.
Telling you, we're getting more stories. There's gonna be some books.
No, we're
Timothy
not.
Zahn's gonna be writing about Yord.
Well,
Leading up-
Jackie's another character that a lot of people did like. You know, they wanted to see what she's about. You know, that like she went out fighting and they wanted to see.
How do you tell a Jackie story? She's a Padawan. Like,
I know she
it
pat
doesn't
on,
make
but,
sense.
That's the
No,
thing, though,
nobody cares. Chef.
You,
but how do you
burn,
have the
you
ability
burn
to do
that
what you
card though when you kill the character off.
You
So-
do.
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't think this is happening, but it's being discussed.
We'll
This
see.
is not between nobody. Between Yord and his wife, maybe.
Hasbro is having a special panel at SDCC for those Hasbro fans on July 26th from 2 to 3 Pacific time. So I have a couple SDCC news. We got the panels coming out released this week. So we also got a Star Wars Publishing, which will feature Kevin Scott and I forget Ireland, and I forget the third one. Tessa. They're going to be doing a publishing one where they're going to be talking about
going to screw the Phantom Menace.
the new things they're coming out too. So we should get some new book announcements because we haven't got any book announcements in
Fucking.
about 9 months.
The only announcement I want to hear from Ireland is that they're letting her go.
That's
Thank you
not
for your
happening.
service.
You know
We
that.
need to get rid of her. She's fucking horrible. I'll be honest with you. It's gonna ruin the. You can say what you want, but it's gonna ruin the genre. Like if that's the people like, and I like Kevin Scott. Nothing against him. He's been on this channel before. A good guy. But he's very niche, and he gets stuck in some of his own tropes. And then you've got arguably the weakest, her and Man. The only worst news that could be, it would be Ireland and Man. And Man's actually kind of stepped his game up lately. His stuff has gotten better. But like Ireland's stuff is still straight hot trash.
Do you think they're going to talk about
Nick's? I
comics?
love Nick's, John. Yeah,
Any
Nick's is
comics?
great.
You think any comics are going to be mentioned?
I think we'll get some comics.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we get like the.
Hopefully we don't get any Dark Horse comics.
Yeah, even I doubt it. Maybe we'll get what the next line's going to be. We know Alyssa Wong's going to be there. They're doing a signing on a different day, so I wouldn't be surprised if we do
still
get
haven't announced if there's going to be an Afro series.
some news on what upcoming comics will be.
Oh, we're going to get
Nice.
another Star Wars and Darth Vader series, you think?
I don't think
Well,
we're
we need to get rid of another.
Yeah.
Wong probably has to go too.
I know. Yeah. Unless they have a better writer. Soul's going to come out. Charles Soul's going to come out and say, I'm writing everything yet again.
Well,
Yeah.
who knows? But there's going to be also a special screening of the Phantom Menace at SDCC for all of you going. So you can pick and watch that with some Star Wars fans for the 5,000th time. We had Mando helmet is also headed to auction on Heritage. They announced this week. Starting bid will be $20,000. Here you go, Dom. You can get the Mando helmet.
I have my helmet over there at $99, sitting on top of the
Expecting
shelf.
it to go for about $150,000 to $200,000. Not quite as much as Leia, but not too much less. Are you willing to?
Why
pay
would it go for this much?
What?
You said
There's like
it says
80 of these.
20,000.
It's just where they're expected to go. I don't know. why.
Hey, there you keep it.
People like Mando.
Yeah, but there's so many Mando helmets. Why would you do that?
Yeah. There's like one for every different guy that wears it, which is like 20 people.
Yeah. They probably got 5 apiece, so there's probably
Yeah.
hundreds. And it's not like the English people are stealing the props anymore.
BK, Giggle's going to freeze my
Pedro Pascal has them all at his house.
Yeah, right.
There you go, Dom. Pick this one up while you can. It will never be this price again. Probably will be.
Yeah,
but-
no, probably
Probably
not.
will be.
Probably never. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if you put this one in toys, but Star Wars Rivals Series 2. This is like the game where you play with figures. I don't know how this one works. Dom was going to buy some of these figures at one point.
Dude, why is it so freaking blurry?
I couldn't find a good picture.
Yeah, Dom.
Sorry.
Dom's asking why.
But anyway, I had to blow it up. It's the only picture I could find of
I
it.
see
Nobody
Cat
talked
Bane
about
right
this
there,
thing.
Cat
This
Bane.
this thing is like a money complete
Yeah.
pit. This is made by the same Funko people, right?
Yeah, the Funko people. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
surprised
just
they're
like
coming out with Series 2 because Series 1 didn't do as well as
nobody wanted it. Why are they doing
No.
season 2? But you get Sabine, you getting
Cat Bane.
Grogu and
You got a holographic Cat
Dengar
Bane.
and Jabba and
Where are these things? Where are these go on sale at? Where can you buy them besides Ollie's?
Look, you got a. Is that a Shin Hati?
yeah, you get Shin
Tom
Hati
has
in
to buy
here.
it? Yeah.
Yeah,
You got Kylo Ren. I see at the end too. Or
8-bit. This is 2-bit. This is like scrambled porn on fucking Skinamax, bro.
Dude, this is like when you go on the friggin' TV
Why,
and you
why
try
are
to
they
get
doing
the.
this, Dom? Why
Is
are
that
they
a
trying to
booby
get
or
money?
a nub or what is it? Knee?
But these didn't do well in the first place. Why are they doing another one?
I don't know.
Why does it look like a chimney with something on top of it?
You understand Funko's business well, right? They
No,
filled
I
an
don't. I
entire-
don't understand
They
it at all.
filled an entire landfill of pops. Whether or not it does well,
Yeah,
is
it doesn't matter.
beyond.
How are they
comprehension
still
of-
in business?
It doesn't matter whether or not it does well. Just crank out as much
Yeah.
crap as you possibly can to sell more.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, this is the biggest crap that we've seen so far. So it is coming out later this month for those people that like this. We also are getting this game came out. I didn't realize it came out. I didn't know which one was on my radar. I saw it at Comic-Con last week. But Star Wars The Bounty Hunter card game. It's like a deck builder that you can play in 20 minutes. I'll probably pick this thing up, see if I can play it with the kid or
And
whatever.
it's mostly Boba Fett. I seen the somebody breaking it open, so I might have to pick this up.
You have to pick it up. It's got Boba on the cover.
I know.
It's like $25. It's nothing.
Yeah, it's not bad. So yeah.
He's not gonna
Yeah. So you can pick this one up. It's already out for those that like Star Wars card games. Dreamlight Valley. I have no idea what Dreamlight Valley is. JJ, you can enlighten me. But it sounds like
I don't
Star
know what
Wars
that is.
content will be coming to Dreamlight Valley because they are surveying interest in Star Wars IP and the Muppets. So if you're a Muppets fan, that's probably also coming to Dreamlight Valley.
Maybe gonna get some Muppet Star Wars.
So what is Dreamlight Valley, JJ?
I have no idea.
Nobody knows what this is. Waysinger, this is a fucking horrible news section this time. Like nobody, what are you talking about? You give us scrambled porn pictures and made up some bullshit.
We also got this week was announced that Star Wars Unlimited is going to have a con alt art exclusive set of 6 cards.
Oh, that's cool.
They will retail at about $100. They're mainly legendary, so they're actually really playable cards. You get the playable Vader, Palps.
Oh, these things are gonna be fucking expensive as shit. Where's this happening at?
Gen Con, SDCC.
I don't know that they'll actually be that expensive. $100 is a big ask for this.
I don't think it is. When Vader sells for $70 by itself, it's not that much.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're thinking like secondary market price though. That's a big ask retail price at a con for
And
6
you gotta
cards.
pay for the con to get it.
I
into
don't
the
know.
con.
Like, yeah, people pay that. That's why I think it will work because people
Yeah.
pay that bullshit for con exclusives.
They do.
Tom, you can say what you want, but
Yeah.
you're one of the idiots that tries to wait in line for con exclusives. And will pay
No,
a
not really.
bunch
I
of-
hate that, man. I'd pay somebody to say a line.
Also, if it would work if it was a con exclusive for just one con, but they're going to use it in several cons. It's the same product.
I think these things are going to sell out in the secondary market. They'll be even more
If
expensive.
Boba Fett was in this, I would get it.
That's fine.
Womp womp.
They don't. But yeah, they did spoil cards that were coming out in set 3. There will be 2 of them that will be here. One of which is this Ventress, and we're getting a new mall. We're getting a new keyword. We don't know what it means yet. It's
So
exploit.
the Ventress is the leader, right? And so it's going to be a Ventress leader and a mall leader.
No, this is you.
Just a regular Ventress.
This is a regular Ventress. They're not doing. Maybe we'll get a Ventress leader, but the card that you get in the exclusives.
Hint, hint. New
Is
animated series
Right.
starring Ventress.
No.
Hint,
It's
hint.
kind of odd that they're not really targeting conventional trading card game cons either,
No, they aren't. So,
which is weird.
Except
Gen
for
Con.
except for Gen Con.
Well, Gen Con actually is more tabletop games than trading card games. It's a little bit of both. Crossover.
Aren't you going to Gen Con?
Yeah, but
Well,
like
maybe
like
$100 and you can wait in line for this shit.
the Collected Con is like a huge like nationwide. It's kind of like what Wizard World once was, where they have it in several different cities a year. But that's kind of
What
like
the
a huge trading card con. And that's
What the
been
heck
on
is
list. And
PAX West and PAX?
PAX is
Unplugged?
typically a video game convention.
yeah, it's video game. They're like the biggest video game conventions out there.
And they're both on the West Side Coast.
Unplugged
I don't
is
know what Unplugged is. I think Unplugged might be
Chicago?
online. I don't know. I don't know what the hell Unplugged is.
I think Chicago, if I remember right.
Oh, I might go then.
Could be. I don't know why they call it
I'll look
Unplugged.
that
It's
up.
kinda weird.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm going out to Gem City Con next weekend. Holla at Gem City Con. Don't come and see me because I won't be there when you're there.
So anyway,
You know.
pick this one up if you get a chance. I
Is
think.
Maul
JJ.
legendary or rare?
Well, Maul's
He's a-
a different
Rare.
card from season. It's a different Maul.
It's
So
the
it's one that's coming
season
out
3.
in-
Oh, it's
Three.
the Maul from the new one. Okay.
So we don't know if it's gonna be legendary or not.
It's
but-
the next. No, yeah, that mall and this. This isn't the Ventress. This Ventress is from the next. It's from.
Yeah. So these cards
3.
are not playable until the packs drop in tournaments. And so we might be able to, if you pick one up and you want to play it with your friends or whatever, you can do that.
Next
But
is
in tournaments,
tabletop focused. The Unplugged is tabletop focused. instead of Philadelphia.
I love that Ventress art. That's cool art. So
So Unplugged is the tabletop version of the PAX instead of being video game based.
That makes
It's in
sense.
Philadelphia. Yeah.
Now the name makes sense. It's a weird
that
name.
does make way more sense. Yeah. So you got that one, and that is
I'm going to Con where all the cons go.
in Star
See,
Wars.
Justin wants to get them too. They're pretty dope.
Yeah.
I'm
They
telling
are
you.
they are cool. And $100 for 6 cards that are good cards. I don't think that's unreasonable.
Yeah, I mean it's unreasonable, but it's probably what they do. All right, we're flying through it, but I mean for reasonable people, we got 2 books this week. One is the High Republic Adventures. It's got Zint and Cure. What's his name again? The guy who used to wear the mask, starts with Q.
Court?
He was a cool character, but he kind of reduced it. The art is dog shit. Like
he's a cool character, but then they ruined it.
yeah, sorry, yeah. Well, they did because
Yeah.
first
I don't
off,
disagree.
look at this page right here. Okay, I'm not gonna go through this whole book because you should still read it. The writing wasn't bad.
I thought it was a good book, actually.
Zint's mask almost comes out, and Court comes there, and he's now saving him. Like, dude, you can't let the mask out, for you're gonna fucking murder motherfuckers, which is fine because it would have been funny if he murdered that old lady. But then, you look here, and I was like, who the fuck? I guess it's supposed to be Crash, and I was like, who the fuck's this blonde chick? and then it's got little fucking wobbly eyes and shit, and it's not even a chick. It's that dude Crix. And for those people who forgot who that was,
God, yeah,
that was the little blonde kid originally they had in there that was going to take over for Ro and everything. Like, that's what I'm telling you. It's just dog shit. And then,
I mean, Crash, they've never done a good Crash. Every artist has done a really bad Crash.
Yeah, Crash is bad. Here, this is the problem, and this is kind of where I want to talk about this book. I don't mind that you give liberties on covers to showcase artists, let artists show their rendering of characters or scenes they think it takes place. But in a book, through a storyline, the interior art should have some part of consistency where, like, oh fuck, if you saw the character in book 1, they're recognizable.
Yeah.
Crash has pink hair. That's all you need.
7 books later, they're recognized. Shit, 2 of these characters showed up in book 1 aren't recognizable at all in this fucking thing. I thought this person over here, with the white hair, was the one that's in the other High Republic book that's got the one eye and metal face. Completely wrong. That's not who the fuck that is. That's not who that is. But that's what you come on, man. What the fuck?
Do you like when
here?
they do? Maybe it's just me, but do you like when they do the interior pages, like the one on the right, where it's like the disjointed panels?
No.
Well, I hate that too. I don't know why they do
That's
that.
That's a DH thing, though. Dark Horse loves that shit.
I know, but it's all there's white space everywhere. I feel like I don't know.
Plus, it's
takes
stupid
me out of the
robot
comic.
and trying to push out.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Anyways, well-written book, disaster of a fucking book. Disaster of a fucking book when you read it. He's going to the occlusion zone. He pops through. He's coming back. Sweet, giving away the ending, but read the book. All of a sudden, you get to see the glazed electric. What I'm telling you is this has all the potential to being good. But what the fuck is this turd nugget in the fucking floating in the sky? What is this?
Shit.
I don't want to say what it looks like.
Yeah. I don't think you want to see this.
It's a Pergo.
Dude, it looks like a Pergo / pleasure toy for a woman. I mean, like, what are we doing here?
A plug.
What are they called? The Jacko Rabbits or whatever? That's what these things look like.
Jacko Rabbit.
You can see this on fucking fans only.
Butt plug. It's a butt plug, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nah, you know what? It actually looks like a
ship.
ship. What's the ship that was in one of those the sci-fi movie where it came down and the thing opened up? The front of it opened
Independence
up.
Day.
Yeah. It was Independence Day. No, it was another.
I don't know.
I don't know. Independence Day.
You're like describing every sci-fi movie ever.
I don't know, but you got the certain shit.
He said this.
I'm like, I don't know, man. But
anyway.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it sucks because the story is okay. But
I think
Dark
the story
Horse
was good, but no, Dark
Horse is a fucking train wreck. And stop doing this shit, dude. Like, keep an artist that's halfway decent. Because I'll be honest, I put the book down. I was turned off by the art. It was tough to read the book.
What artist wants to do a book though when you never know if you're going to get a book in 6 weeks or 2 months or?
Yeah. It's a space.
There's no reliable paycheck. That's the problem with Dark Horse.
You're right. Yeah, it looks like there's corn in that one. Next up, we got the Ahsoka book. So you know how that review is going to go. All these covers and coming soon. Good job on the Ahsoka review.
Not going to exist.
Oh well, we got to talk about that.
The art wasn't horrible. Let's put it back there.
I got the book. I bought it. I got it.
Compared to like the Mando art, it's better. They actually did better.
Maybe next time we'll show a page. Next week we got Star Wars. They still got a 150 and 5 fucking covers. Or sorry, 125.
Shit, much better than the Obi-Wan book. Remember how bad that was?
Oh yeah, horrible.
All right, that's all that's coming out next week. FOC Darth Vader. Holy shit, 49.
The Vader books look pretty cool. The second one and then the last one right there. They look pretty cool. The covers look good. That's about it.
Yeah,
What's up with the middle? Is he getting the Mind Stone removed from his head? What's up with the middle cover?
No.
I don't know.
Whatever. Anyways,
in a fight, Vader.
We got to read it because there's 2 ones left. That's it. So
you don't have to read it, but we do. Okay. Well, I thought there was something else, but maybe there wasn't. Okay, that's it. All right. So now let's cover about the shit of Star Wars fans. Speaking of fucking, what's its name? Ahsoka. We got some news that there's going to be second prints. And by the way, we're not 100% sure what the A cover is going to be for the Inquisitor second print. A lot of people are using just the regular cover. They're talking about it changing fucking the color. But they're using the Darth Ram Ragnarsson as cover B with no like a version of that. Like, what the fuck are we doing here, guys? What are we doing here? Why are you buying this shit? You're a
People
sucker
love
if you're
those
buying
books, man. People love those books.
bullshit. Dom, bullshit. This is garbage,
But
man.
you say bullshit, but people are buying them. That's why they keep
They
making them.
aren't. They aren't buying it. People aren't buying it. The shops are going to get screwed over by
No,
this.
people bought that mall, the Virgin Mall, dude. They
Well, that's
did.
fine. It was a cool cover, but they didn't buy the second print. They just bought the Virgin Mall. Nobody wants the second
I know
125.
they want it, but they keep doing it. So how do we stop that?
Yeah, stop buying it.
And the story was fine. It didn't deserve a second print.
The story actually was decent. Yeah.
Not second print worthy. Not like it was people selling it out.
These are literally the solicitation. These are the solicitations and the presentation they're giving for the solicitation for the second prints, which I assume that one of them is going to be a virgin. Well, the one on the right is going to be
The
a
one
virgin.
on the right is going to be the Virgin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which you've already
So a
had
magazine
version
cover that they turned into a fucking book that people apparently fucking ordered.
We already have a version of it on a magazine that they
what I'm
stole
saying.
completely. So
But what I'm telling you, and you want to know why they're doing that, and you want to know why they're doing this dipshit too on the cover here, is because people ordered that book more than the other books. That's why they're turning them into versions. So there you go, guys. Fucking great waste of fucking time, you suckers.
You could have the second prints. You make the same damn thing. You could have other characters in the cover if you're gonna make a second print. You know.
Okay, well, Dom, since we're talking about suckers, and since you're saying this is the stupidest stuff, let's put something that Dom put into the fucking.
I'm just saying, but the fact is that.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
I have a
Dom.
question. We know they're coming out. Do you think they're doing second prints because they don't have anything else coming out? Is that another reason why they're doing it? Because
No.
we're gonna have weeks with no Star Wars comics.
It's on the I think it's on the I think it's just on the rotation calendar to come out.
Because
But it has nothing to do with that.
we have like very, very minimal comics from now until
Marvel
whenever they restart their
is
series.
going to have to do another ongoing series. So you can rest assured there'll probably be another Star Wars or another Vader or something else that's going to be ongoing. That's their MO.
They have to have 3 ongoings. I know they're going to come up with 3 new things. One, hopefully, one's High Republic, but we'll see. Probably not after what somebody may or may not have
And
said.
they like their number one.
at a con.
They do number ones or something. You're going to get a lot, like 15 variants or 20 variants of the number one.
That's not what they said. They said it might be a prequel story to some of the characters in the main line of High Republic.
Yeah.
That's what they may or may not have said.
But also minis is what.
Yeah, so it'd be
may or may not
minis.
have said.
Yeah, it'd be minis. Yeah. I mean,
So,
I'm not saying
probably not a main line.
they said that, but if they did say it, that's what they said. It was probably minis. Dude, I was trying to
Yeah,
remember
Ruben's
who
gonna
you're
fight
talking
you.
to said
How much-
something like that.
How much are you charging, Ruben? What's your going rate for signing that?
Yeah.
cover?
Or we could start signing these. All right. But then since we get since we talk about Dom and Dom saying this is the dumbest thing ever, Dom kept posting this dog shit in the chat.
I actually think
Over
that's
and
pretty
over
cool.
again.
I like that.
First
No, it's
off,
not.
this is a guess. And by the way, what he actually did was not that this gimmick isn't fucking overplayed, but negative space, which is the biggest fucking dumb shit gimmick.
I know, but I like McGinnis. I like his art. I like his art.
So because I'm not fucking taking this dumb shit laying down. Here we go, buddy. We're gonna go over some of the negative spaces and how great these fucking.
You're not
books are
buying.
over
Go
time.
back. You're not buying one of these. Supposedly there's only 500.
Bullshit.
You know there's going to be more than 500. So
Not only that, let me tell you something about this too, what they're doing now here too. And this is something when we're going to get into these JTCs also, which is also, I think, is dog shit. If you know the pre-screening process on CGC 99s, no shot that they're not getting 5 or 6 of these 99s that they are not releasing to sell to you. No shot that they're not taking these books, and JTC is going to do them too. No shot they're not taking these books and submitting them ahead of time.
Oh, JTC does that. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. So they're definitely going to go directly from there.
He does that though.
He does. Yeah, I mean, he openly admits it 'cause
he's at least legit.
at least he's honest about it. I know,
Yeah.
but still, let's just talk about some of the. It's not his fault that these are going the way they are, but we're going to go that route. So here we go. One of the earlier Star Wars 3 number 28 negative CGC 9/8. The last 2 sales, $51 and $67.99. Not a book we need. Last raw sales. Somebody put rare on it, so they got $34.12 out of it, but $25 and $19.89. By the way, both of those are well overpriced, especially considering CGCs are selling for under $70 for a 9/8. Which, by the way, the price of the book plus grading is just short of the low for selling for 9/8 here. When you take taxes out, somebody made $1.32 on this book.
What
Just
was the
let you know.
buy-in?
Huh?
What was the buy-in?
20.
What is 20, right?
Yeah.
20, so that's 40 plus shipping, plus taxes on the back end.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just for the book.
Yeah. Sorry, 20. All right, speaking of another great Luke, because we got all three great Lukes, because
This
Dom
is
has to
also
say that's the best
quite a
Luke he's
bad
seen.
I
He
have
said
that.
the same. He said the same thing about this book when it came out. This was also limited to 4,000 copies, which makes sense. It's probably about that.
It's probably right. He's
yeah,
probably
it's
being
probably right.
honest.
No, yeah, because it's 35 minimum. So he did 4,000. He's being honest about this. Star Wars number 7, CGC 9/8. Yeah. Last Raw, $5.50.
Jesus.
CGC 9/8, 71.42,
That
49.
dramatically dropped like a bitch.
Terrible, dude. Yeah, but that's what I'm telling you, dude. That's suckers. And you said the same thing though that you just said about that other cover. Oh, people love it. They're buying them. Yeah, and then they got turd sandwiches in their fucking pocket. All right, this is a more recent one. Star Wars 41 Aja Ventress. Negative Spaces is a 2-pack with the Darth Maul one.
Yep.
CGC 9/8 going for $64.99 and $55. So now the amount of time that's taking for these things to die off is a lot quicker than it used to. Last Raw was $16. There was one that sold for $25 around the same time as the 16, but that had a signature on it. And then previous highs of a couple months ago were $35 for raw sales. So I mean, it's just
listen, buy graded then. I'd rather buy the damn thing graded because
you gotta buy them. Well, some people are still asking $250, $300 for this, which they're out of shit.
Yeah.
Now I'm not gonna shit on them completely. Because there is those runs of 4 books. Well, this is one of them. It's this. It's the Yoda. It's Paps, and it's those
The early ones
ones.
the radar.
The early ones that flew out of rate. The only reason I didn't use Yoda and Paps is because, to be honest with you, their asking prices are high, but they don't sell. Like nobody fucking buys them. So like, I mean, you can't really get a true price when none of them have been selling lately.
And then the
luckily,
other one's 1 in 25. That one sells quite a bit, but that one, hundreds of dollars.
This is a good
Which
one.
one?
People like to get this one.
What are we talking about?
The Vader. It's for the annual 3.
Yeah, the annual 3. Sorry, that was the 4th book. Yeah, but that was 125.
That one sold for hundreds.
It does too, but that's also not a top. I mean, that's not a seller that sells like you don't. It doesn't sell every 3 months. It doesn't sell a lot. It just
Pretty rare book though.
Yeah, it's a rare book.
Yeah,
that's what I'm telling you. It's a rare book. It doesn't sell a lot.
Because it actually is a 1 in 25. It's not
so I mean, I went back 3-4 months on these. So if it didn't sell in the last 4 months, I didn't put it up there. This book, on the other hand, last Raws, there was a weird Raw 97.75. After that, 65 and 42. CGC 9/8. Now, this is months ago. Sold for $249.59, or about 4 months ago. One hasn't sold since then, but there are some that are up for well less, like $100 or less than this, and they still aren't selling. Which is not good for that quadfecta. Obviously, Vader stands alone. I know they say Palps is rare too, but I saw a Palps one sell for $100. What?
After this one, if I remember right, or it might have been the Boba Fett one. I don't remember which one, but one of those two, he changed the way he does it a little bit. Before he didn't offer CGC like pre-graded.
It was $70. It was $20 a book, $70 for pre-grade CC
for this
CGC.
one.
After this, yeah.
I actually like the picture.
Yeah.
In the picture.
9/8. It's 9/6 or better. It was 9/6 or better.
So this one, it was just the book raw, I think.
Yeah, this one, Vader, Yoda, and Paps. And then after that, he started selling them it was $70. When it first started, it was $70. 9/6 or better CGC, and they were all 9/8s, obviously. And then your other option was buying it raw for $20, which is a deal and a steal back then. But anyways, so they're not all worthless. I'll give you that, but the majority of them fall in the latter line. And finally, he does the most egregious bullshit of them all. Second prints, a 9/8 signed by Taylor, second print. Because to be honest with you, nobody will buy this fucker in a 9/8. That's just second print, $76. I will say this. Hold on now. Tamara Morrison, second print signs go for a decent amount of money. But I think it's because of the signature, because I don't know how much Tamara Morrison charges, but I assume it's a lot.
He charged $100.
Yeah, so then that makes sense why they were selling. That would make sense why they're selling for about $200. Yeah, that would make sense. All right. And then this is the other half of that fucking $40 package. CGC 9/8, selling for $39.99 for the second.
Dom's like, I mean, I've lost a lot of money.
No,
I got
don't-
like 70
actually, you know what? I don't have these
Fucking-
books. I have
For
the
the-
second print.
Hold on. This is the second print. For people that don't know, these are the
I don't
second
have
print.
one.
And do you know the difference between the second print and the first print? The
Background
Inca
color.
inside that tells you it's a second print. It's literally the exact same pair
There's
of
also a
books.
red dot on the back bag. That's
And
it.
the back. Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
He puts
Yeah.
a red dot on it.
Okay, on the back of the bag. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thanks for
Yeah.
that.
No problem. That's why I'm here.
I don't want to be
have
an
this book.
apologist though, but the reason he did a second print for this though is because he had nothing but bitching, mining, and moaning about the fact that the people didn't get the first print. So he did a
Right,
second.
absolutely. And by the way, the first print doesn't sell much more than this. It's like,
But he got like 2 straight weeks of hate for that. So he's like, "Well, I'm going to start doing second prints."
I know, and I'm not blaming him
I don't
for
have
that,
this.
but like now we got Gist doing like just don't like stop. People bought them though. That's what I'm saying. The sucker part is people bought them, started crying about them in a product that dropped the minute it dropped. So then he puts out a second print, and then it even lowers it even more. And now the second prints are worth. I mean, toilet paper is cheaper than this. Plus, toilet paper will give you a $10 free Target card with it.
But
Like
you don't
this,
get the red sticker. You don't get the red sticker. That's the thing.
yeah, but you get a $10 free Target
Like
card.
You get the
Like
first-
Dom's exclusive pops. You got to pay attention to the sticker.
Exactly. And listen,
Oh
you
my
get
God.
the first
But
print
please.
of this autographed, and then the second print things you get just regular. So you have.
I mean, I don't know what.
No,
else to
you
do.
don't want these, Dom.
I want
Yeah,
my
no.
collection, man. I'm a Boba Fett fan.
No,
You don't have these?
You
I don't have
just
this.
did.
I don't have
Tom,
this.
rewind
You
it.
have these already. They're worth nothing.
I don't
Wait,
have
secret,
I
wait,
don't
secret.
care.
Hold on. Wait, secret,
Want
wait,
'em.
secret. Wait, secret. Rewind the tape to 45:23, where you said these are dumb and nobody should be buying stuff like this. And then literally,
But it's Dom. Dom is dumb,
14
and Dom
minutes
buys things
later.
that nobody should buy. I've already given up on that.
Listen,
You're-
first of
we
all,
have to shame. Sorry, we have to shame you because till we do this, won't stop. You say, when will it stop?
I
When
know.
we shame you, stop
But the
buying
fact
this.
is-
Don, 6 minutes ago, you asked when it will stop.
I know, but the fact is that when it comes to a character I like for my own personal collection, this is me. I don't care
Marco,
about anybody. I don't care.
when it comes to
The value's
Boba Fett,
down.
it's-
I'm not
that's
selling
worth
it.
it.
It's mine.
This isn't even
we have
Boba
worked
Fett.
with Dom, and Dom has given up everything except for Boba Fett. That's a win. Just take.
I
the
will
win.
give you that, but this is where you can't. But this is where he can't come in here and go, I don't understand why they do this. Why do they keep pushing this garbage? You can't say it's garbage when you're buying the garbage.
No, but the whole fact
When
is
you're
that
the sucker buying the
other
snake
shit,
oil.
I don't care about the other shit. I care about this. Give me the Boba Fett's, and that's all I'll take. I don't care about Vader. I don't care about Luke. I don't care. I'll take this.
So I have
So
a
the
stack.
answer is because of you. That's
I have
why
a
they
stack of Grogu and Mandos.
Oh,
True story.
Jesus.
I bought them all in auction for 99 cents each. I have 10 each. I paid $20 plus shipping, and shipping was like $6 because it was combined. Because I won all these auctions at 99 cents because nobody else bid on them.
That's what I'm telling. I like. Yeah, I didn't even want.
Well, how
Like,
do
if
I
you
not-
th- I was trying to do the nicer. I was not trying to do all the shit. Like, there's so much of this garbage out, this dreadful garbage out here. By the way, shout out Pete, who's like, oh, you can't compare these because it's negative space different. No, it's the same gimmick. It's fucking trash, dude. There's no defending this. I don't care if Boba Fett's on this dog shit. I don't care about any of it, dude. It's all garbage.
I do want the Vader one someday because I
The
like
red,
that one.
oh, the original Vader, not the remake red one they just came out with for 48,
Yeah, no, the original
which
one.
is already fucking tanking.
No, I'm not. But 99 cents for the Grogu and Mandos.
And I'm gonna get
Please.
it for it.
Please stop buying this shit. And if you see somebody who buys it, shame them so they stop buying it. I'm not saying bully them. I'm saying shame them. Okay, do that. No bully, shame. All right, that was the report for today. Of
Listen,
this
if you see me
fucking
buying this stuff
suckers.
and you try and shave me, you got nothing coming.
I'll shame you. That you're stupid for buying that. You're wasting money.
Oh
You
man,
could
I
be
can't wait
buying
to go.
something
I wish
better.
I was in Baltimore because I want to see this fight that's going down. between
It's not
Dom
gonna
and
fight. We
BK.
like each other. He knows, but he knows he's an idiot for buying that shit.
BK, you gotta leave. You gotta leave your Bob's
Hey,
house.
listen,
to
at
go
the
to
end of the day-
Baltimore.
I already asked. I sent a letter out to his mom. His mom was like, I don't know if I can let him out of the closet, man. I said, please. I'll even give you a kiss on the cheek. She said, no, I don't know. She's like looking for it. She's like, can I just get one?
Maybe-
I said, no.
Maybe BK's mom will come too with him.
Listen, at the,
Did you
end
ask
I'll
of the
send
day-
out another request and ask. Okay.
Yeah.
at the end of the day, yes, I'll say things, but my own personal collection, I freaking goddamn draw the line after that. my personal collection is my personal collection. Everything else, it's not mine.
That's words. You just said words. What you said didn't mean a damn thing. You just said words. That's what words is about, Dom. All right. Jesus.
Yo, the word is a bird. Bird, the word.
No, words. Jeez. All right, let's go. Hey, we're flying through it today. We promised you we would. We're getting into it. We're going to Acolytes, and then afterwards, we'll let Dom just do a Dom. He's consumed the entirety of the internet this week for you. You don't have to watch any other shows or any other channels because, as you know, Dom has watched them all for you, and he will report back what his theories are, not from watching any of those shows, though. Okay? All right. Let's get to Acolyte.
It's true, Dom. It's true.
And we still love you, brother. All right.
Oh, man.
Here we go. What are we doing here, JJ?
I don't know. It's still not up on my screen yet. This is the first slide, I guess, which is 16 years in the past again.
Yeah, we get the flashback. So
JJ loves this.
JJ fucking shitting himself at this point.
Yep. Saw it
Oh my
coming
God.
though. Was not surprised. But
Did anybody else get ticked at this?
He looked thrilled.
Okay, one thing is the seed finder. I get that.
they
Like,
all
whatever.
looked horribly bored.
But the
They
other
were doing
thing,
it for 7 weeks. They said-
that's how I have a
He wants
problem
to
with.
go home.
That's
They're
how I have a
all
problem
like
with.
the worst Jedi ever. That's where they
This
got
is
stuck
not
in
what I have a problem with.
position.
I have a problem with the place you didn't clip. They gave that big ass Chewbacca looking motherfucker a
They're not
finder.
Metal detector.
Oh, you
Yeah,
mean
metal
the Virgins detector?
A metal detector.
But
That's some bullshit.
They were they're doing science. They're looking
You're
for
not.
like
They were doing some
doing
words.
science.
They
They're
were
doing
doing.
science.
Yeah,
They
were
spending somewhere
doing
to
science.
get them out because they had nothing else to do with these
Jedi
characters.
science, baby.
That's
Jedi
how boring
characters-
the time was. There's no bad guys, so they freaking doing.
They were so not important. They're like, let's send them to some planet that nobody ever cares about to get them out of here for a while.
Well, the planet had a significance.
It did, but
It
they probably
did.
sent the wrong fucking crew.
But they
Yeah,
sent the
well,
wrong
Basically,
crew.
I think you're right. I think they said. I think now, when everybody's like, "Oh, it's bad acting," and they're just no, they're incompetent. All these Jedi's, these were the idiot Jedi's. These
I'll
were
get
the
more to that
Jedi's.
later, but yes.
This was
They are.
nepotism
They are the idiot
Jedi's
Jedis,
on this
all of them.
planet.
Let me ask
All
you a
of them were a
question.
bunch of, except for Soul. He's the only one. He's like, wait, what?
Let me ask
He's
you a
like the
question.
guy that worked to get into the Harvey Leeds school.
But didn't
Like he's the guy that
Toby-
got into Princeton off of fucking hard work and grades. The rest of these bums are related to somebody on the wall. He's like, what the fuck are you guys
Didn't
like,
doing?
Toby remind you a little bit of Anakin? Come on.
No,
Absolutely
come on.
not.
no.
Why? Because he has a
annoying.
Padawan brain, like every other Padawan.
Not
Like
about- yeah, he
he's
just reminded-
human.
Yes. Hey, Dwayne, listen.
Yeah,
Here,
metal
I'm gonna-
detector.
Tom,
It was a
where did you
metal
hear this
detector.
theory? Where did you hear this
Do
theory?
it,
Which
son.
show did you hear this theory from?
Listen, there is an Earth in Star Wars. So
He
everything
whines
that
about
you
as much
see
as
in Star
Anakin
Wars-
does.
there is an Earth. So
What?
Earth things on Star Wars.
Dude, he was walking around with a metal detector, and they said he was going to find out where the fucking force was. Shut up. That was stupid.
Well, listen, this guy
was
got a
stupid.
freaking goddamn grain shredder. He's freaking throwing goddamn leaves inside there, shredding leaves.
Yeah.
Anakin would be so happy
Yeah.
because he's not on a planet with sand. He'd be like, "Thank you, I'm not on
Well,
a sand."
the hilarious part too is like Saul's taking the soil sample and he takes soil from like or plant or whatever the fuck it is from one thing and puts it in there, and then like a scene later he's like maybe like 30 feet from where he was, takes more soil and puts it in there. I'm like, it's not going to be different soil. Like, he taught you how to
never
do
know.
this.
He thought he was
Like,
getting the
what
drain
fucking
gear.
thing?
He thought he found the drain gear. Who knows? I don't know, man.
Maybe he thought it was poop. Who knows? All right.
Yeah. But anyways, there is an interesting part of this conversation that is an Easter egg for Dom. If people listen, they talk about some High Republic lore and the fact that the planet was thought inhabited or uninhabited, I should say,
Right.
and desolate or whatever from the hyperspace. They still call it a hyperspace disaster. Which I
Yes.
find kind of funny when by this point they would probably know that it was a horrible act of terrorism, more or less. But by a hyperspace disaster 100 years ago, so which is obviously referring to the beginning of the High Republic from the novels and such.
Right.
It's just kind of crazy that
Well, it could be
You know,
exclusions of it. But
it
yes,
was
I think it's from
destroyed.
Yeah.
Starlight.
but look at the life there. They're looking for life. Meanwhile, you got freaking trees. You got abundance of animals. You got things going
Well,
on.
that's what
there.
they're saying. That's why they
Yeah.
were doing all that because that's life. They were referring
Yeah.
to that. They didn't mean human life.
Well, eventually,
Well, they didn't expect
Well, yeah,
him
but
to
the
be
human
like-
life got transport there. It wasn't always
Yeah.
there.
I gotta feel that somebody's
But then
watching
yeah.
me.
we get what I tried to clip as much of this 10 minutes as I could of Saul stalking 2 girls in the forest. Like a
Well, no.
creeper.
So I actually I know you think this is retread, but I actually like this because it showed that was the time where he first saw them. Because when we first saw it, it looked like maybe he'd been like fucking
Watching for
Creeper
a
John.
while. Yeah.
Yeah, Creeper John
Yeah.
creeping for a while, but he just stumbled the fuck on these two.
Yeah.
But it was about, I counted it up as I went back and did the slides. There was about 14 minutes where they showed you pretty much the exact same scene from a different angle.
Different point of view, yeah.
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 But nothing different in the scene, like this one. Like there was nothing different in the scene. It was just him watching the scene that we saw.
Well, yeah, they
It
heard
was
the
different
noise though.
because
This is
in
our
the
back.
first one, she heard the noise and she looked up and she didn't see anything. It was him there, so they showed that scene, him standing in it. Really?
Yeah, I mean a little small something, different
Yeah.
point of view. Yeah. Did we see this in the first one? They were praying over the hole.
Was in
Yeah.
that?
No.
No,
No, we
they
We
were
didn't see
praying
them.
over-
We saw the hole was part of the ascension, though.
Yeah.
So we saw the hole, and then we didn't see this, but they were chanting over the hole. In the
Was
first
Boba
one.
Fett in that hole?
Nah, fuck that. You know what? One of the friggin'
That's
no
the other-
names of the drain gears in there, man. It would have been cool. He had the no name in there with the drain gear inside there.
Yeah,
Name
that's
what
the
you
thing. Like we don't figure out what the hole's for.
It's
But
it's the Virgins.
The versions.
The Virgins is the hole.
The Virgins is in the
I thought
hole.
the
Yeah.
Virgins was the creation of life. The planet.
Yeah, me too. I thought it was
they
like the
fucking
power
grabbed.
that created life. Yeah.
Well, I think it's in the
Sleeper.
hole.
It's not a virgin hole.
I don't think it's in the hole.
They this is pretty good too. Figures they worship the hole. Dude, you guys too much.
So I
Yeah,
don't.
he
I
did.
don't know what the purpose of this scene was, because I don't know what the purpose of the hole is, and I don't know what the purpose of the ascension ceremony was really either. Other
they
than obviously it
basically
makes them
put this-
witches, but like, why was there an eclipse there? Why was there? A
I
giant
wonder
hole
if that's
down?
where like their
Like-
plane where their plane dropped or some shit. I don't know.
No, I think this is the Virgins.
I
That's
don't
right.
know, it could be
So the
something to
Virgins
do
comes out of a hole in a mountain.
That's just the thing that's like bringing forth the life. It's
The
just some sort
Virgins
of
is a hole.
force. It's just
maybe
like
I
a
don't
piece
know.
of the
Yeah, it's a
great
plot
space,
hole. The way Scott
hyperspace
is right.
disaster shot there, made a hole, made a crater. That's a crater from the great hyperspace disaster. Who knows?
Okay, moving along.
Yeah. So then we come up with the debate and the super bright idea for the Jedi to basically break into this fortress unannounced. Rather than try to send them a message or anything, we're just gonna break in and have the Wookiee do it.
Yeah, well, part of it was I think because how Soul presented. Yeah, I mean Soul's kind of a
Soul
character.
presented it in a way that like
Soul's
we
kind of
skipped
character.
over that conversation earlier, but Soul very much mirrors Quimir a little bit in this episode in that he really wants a Padawan for some reason. It's almost a weird, obsessively dangerous behavior, kind of in a way. And he presents it to the other Jedi and the fact that the girls might be in danger, and that's why they must do it to protect. But there's also a weird part of this scene where like Inara's like Soul's like, well, there's over 50 of them inside. You can't go in alone. And Inara says something like, and it almost in a stern like it's a horrible thing way says 50 women and 2 children. Like,
Yeah,
what does that mean? Like, why is that such a
Yeah.
negative? Like, how many of your children are supposed to be there? I don't get it.
yeah,
I don't know,
yeah.
it's very odd, but
Why she hated on women taking care of kids too, man? I don't know what that was all about.
yeah. So they come up with the broad idea to break in, which I don't know.
You're right. She did imply like, what, they eat the men? Like,
Yeah, like it was like it was
That's
a
how she
horrible
implies.
evil
She's like,
thing,
He's
but-
against what they're about.
no,
Again- Well, that's part of the thing
Doc.
I've had in this show before. I've said it before. Like, I can't tell if that's an acting thing or a writing thing. Like, was she supposed to inflect it that way, or that's just the actress's choice to do it?
I would think that's how she did it. Like but she implied that they killed men. That's what she implied.
Yeah,
that they
or
were
that
men
like, we were going to
killers.
sacrifice the children, like some thing.
Because
or
she's
something.
a
I don't know.
man eater. Yeah, that's their saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go see. It was a classic. Let's go see. They didn't push anybody in the hole. Look, I'm not saying that you can't scan stuff, like take samples, but why the fuck are we using a metal detector? That's what I'm saying. Okay, what else? What's next? Oh wait, I gotta do that.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So then we get basically a different version of the Jedi meeting the witches. And this is where they first met Osha and May. There really was nothing new here. I did think it was a little bit different in the fact that they chose not to. In these scenes like this, they put the children on but then they kind of more put them in the background for a scene like this, and it was more about witches versus Jedi, which I thought to be interesting a little bit in this episode.
I was going to ask you a question about this too. Did it not seem like when they shot this stuff too, even though it's the same scenes, did not seem like the Zarback was angry and everything and very aggressive?
Yeah.
And even this mother, the first mother here,
I thought she seemed that way the first time around.
Yeah,
I didn't think
be
she
honest,
seemed
but-
as angry the first time
Well,
around.
she actually did make a
Maybe not.
comment about that. She carried the kids and stuff like that, so she really was against the fact of Jedi being there. So.
But she had some of the same lines in this episode, like the I'll die before I let them take my children type of line and stuff like that.
Yeah.
She very much advocated violence in both episodes. This one,
Guy, we already got what she's going to do. She's going to give birth to Palps. That was already said at the beginning there, Guy. You missed it. All right. Yeah. I just thought that I think they might have reshot some of these because it seemed to me that the Zarback, I probably would have to go back and watch them both.
It's hard to tell if they reshot it or just shot it from two different angles. At the
Two
same
different
time.
angles. Yeah.
Yeah, when they film, I was on some sets, they do like 10, 15 different angles of the same stuff.
Yeah.
So it kind of, yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Maybe they asked her to do it a little bit more angry this time. Do a little less angry this time.
Yeah, more than one take.
Give him the Dom winky eye.
But let me ask you a question. Didn't you see? I felt this was a little bit more. Even though it's the same scene, but it felt a little bit more like at edge, like an edge, like.
Yeah, they made it seem more standoffish.
That's what I'm saying. Like I thought the main mother seemed a little bit more opening on this, and that the other, and I think so is because it's through Saul's, and we know what happens later. But that's what I'm saying. I think like the Zarback and some of the other ones seemed a little bit more angry, but the mom seemed a little more soft on this one. But we'll see. All right, next one.
This was weird.
I like this part.
I like this.
I like
Really?
She's a man eater.
I like the fact she was seducing him to the dark side, like really telling him where to go. I like that.
But she's not seducing him to the dark side. That's not what she's doing.
No, she's giving him his desire, what he wants.
Yeah,
Not
what he
really
wants.
seducing
Get
him.
out.
That
Get
is,
But she
No.
doesn't give him what he wants. It doesn't make a lot of sense. And I don't know why she's doing it in a seductive way. Like, I don't know. It just seems
Because
weird to me.
I understood that too. Because he's so young.
Weak-minded.
He's a young kid, and
I
a
want to
woman's
go
giving him
home.
attention.
I want to go home the first time.
It
Oh,
totally
bro.
makes sense as a younger.
When
kid.
Dobbs' 11th grade teacher paid attention to him like this, he did. He went and followed his desires too. All right. So,
Unfortunately,
Yeah, I was like,
my 11th
there's
grade
also
teacher,
places you go to jail for that too. So.
right.
No, listen.
Absolutely.
and when I was in 11th grade, my 11th grade teachers are freaking old as fuck, man. I don't.
That's
give a
so.
shit.
This is what this
I
is. This
don't
is what I'm
watch
telling you.
this.
Yeah. So here we go. It was. I mean, it was, but I mean, I get the point of it.
Mhm.
She's playing
But I
up
like
his D
the
card
fact
there
that you see
too.
the scene, the way it was kind of weird. In a way, it's like if you watch the vampire movie, like the vampire movies, and the vampire is like getting in the head, like the
No,
and,
she can hawk too, not he can hawk too. I think you got that meme wrong there, Ed. Sorry.
It is back.
I thought it was good. I thought the scene was
Yeah.
good. I like it.
I thought it was good too. I thought it was good.
Then we got they're almost like horribly disappointed in poor Tobin that he got his mind taken over. But they get back to the ship.
He got violated.
Yeah.
Well,
She looks
I mean,
at him
it
with
is
an
kind
utter
of-
look of disgust. But
It's kind of depressing that he gets his mind taken over by one, and it takes like every witch to take over Kalnaka. So I mean,
Yeah.
that was pretty interesting to me. Like he was
He's a
really
weak
weak-minded.
little-
Well, no, it's kind of like because he was bitching about it earlier, so they already knew it. So they're kind of like telling him to whatever. And just Saul's always doing the patting and
Well,
looking in disappointment. Like
actually-
Father
I think we didn't get any conversation in the scene, but it seemed like he probably told them obviously what happened and why it happened, which was his desire to want to go home and
Yeah.
his weakness for that and that type of stuff. So
100%.
but there's also the conversation here where this is where to me the weirdness of him wanting a Padawan kind of reemerges almost like a
Bro, he
almost
doesn't
like
speak English. Leave that dude alone, man. I'll be honest with you.
Oh.
I don't think he understood half the shit that was going on, Saul.
well, like I said,
Go
they
ahead.
don't do him any favors with the hair.
No.
So I hate the
I
hair.
know.
Yeah.
But
Well, it's kind of weird that
there's
he's
some weird duality that he really feels this connection with Osha. He almost feels like she has to be his Padawan. Almost like, you had the stranger, Kumir, whatever you want to call him. I think was the fifth episode, I think, where, he asked him why he's doing this. He says, because I need an acolyte.
Yeah.
And it's almost the same kind of obsessive nature between the two of them.
And they're both drawn to the same one, which is really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, guy's got a point too. Yeah, it's not like he's got a bunch of chicks around either. You know what I mean? He's got you don't think this is gonna age well? Maybe not.
Might not, but that's all right.
All right. Oh yeah, then they do the test thing. So they
Yeah,
did
then
find
we
out.
get-
Go ahead.
Yeah, we get May's test for the first time. We see what happened with May, and she throws the test, which we kind of already. One thing I kind of had with a problem with this is it was nice to see May's test, but it was also just confirmed what we pretty much had already gleamed from other parts of the thing that you know, she would throw the test or whatever.
Yeah,
and that's what a lot of this episode to me kind of felt like was stuff that I kind of already knew was going to happen. It happened. Almost like watching into the Titanic or something.
Yeah,
You know
I think this scene. I didn't like this scene. I agree. This was.
You know what I like? I like the little the pictures on the card. He had a Wampa, a freaking a low cat,
Droid.
and then a drunk droid. Yeah, grunt droid. That was kind of cool.
And somebody else actually brought this up to me earlier this week. But like, they say in the third episode they've been isolated in this compound or whatever.
Yeah,
never been off the planet or anything else. How are they going to know what a Gronk droid looks like?
Or a Wampa.
Or a Wampa. Like, how would they know this?
I thought about that too. Like,
they might know what a planet looks like. I get that, but like, why would they know what the other stuff looks like?
But you know what? They probably heard stories of Jedi. That's
no, you've never heard stories of Wampas.
When they tell Wampa, the Wampa, the monster underneath the bed, the Wampa underneath the bed.
No. Nobody's telling that story. No.
I don't even know. I don't even want to know the Wampa underneath the bed story. I don't think that's appropriate for you to.
Listen, if you girls aren't good, the Wampa underneath the bed is going to come after you.
Dom, be careful. Jesus. Okay. All right. What do we got next?
Then we get because May throws the test, and we get a Soul convincing Inara to basically have a different approach, as he puts it, in testing OSHA, which basically throws the test for OSHA because he explains to her what the Jedi are and who they are and all that stuff before he even does the test, which kind of makes her lean even more and convince her to tell the truth finally.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with that. Whatever.
But Inara definitely has misgivings, and you can see it both in her face and her reaction to every single question, basically, that he asks.
Yeah, she hates these women for some reason. She wants to kill all of them.
I think there may be that, but she's also suspicious, I think, of Soul's motives. And
dude, I think she doesn't like anybody on this planet, including the Jedi. I don't think she likes any of these Jedi too. She's like, I got this whiny bitch who wanted to go home. I got homeboy here who can only say 3 words. And he's old as shit and still doesn't have a Padawan, so you know there's something wrong with him. And then I got this smelly, hairy beast, bro.
She is not like your Padawan at all. Like, I don't want to give him any. Yeah.
On the dark side, that she feels that the witches are doing something that are wrong. And that's
she doesn't like the Jedi's on her side, Dom.
I know, but the Jedi's, think about it. You got a Jedi that says, I need a Padawan. I need a Padawan. Then you got I want to go home. I want to go home. Friggin' I can figure
subject. I was going to bring it up later in the thing, but while we're on the subject, does she seem like a good Jedi to you? And I don't mean like good versus evil. I mean like good as in like teaching Padawan correctly, like wasting your brother. Or
she sounds like gives
running this
mission
Jedi. Or things like that.
I let my Padawan make his own mistakes. Like that's fine to a point, but like at some point you just gotta step in.
She's like by the book. She's by the book. And that's
she's
not
by the book.
Not even by the book.
She's by the I don't give a shit book.
No, because she doesn't want she's more worried about what the council's gonna think than worried about what everything is going on.
No, I don't think so.
I'm telling you, she comes from a line of Jedis, and she's like, I got stuck on this bullshit planet.
Well, she also never the whole episode. She obviously has misgivings about kind of Soul's weird desire for a Padawan or whatever, but she never puts her foot down with him either and stops him. And she probably could. She's probably the most powerful one out of the 4 of them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if she really wanted to exert her authority, she's also the highest ranking, too.
Well, we saw what she was able to do with Kalnaka. She is very powerful.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, she never stops any of this. Maybe that's why she feels some guilt. And I was going to talk about it more at the end, but maybe that's why they kind of assume she's guilty, but she never stops anything that's going on when she probably had the ability to do so.
Yeah, she just seems like one of those people that hates everybody, though. All right.
I mean, you would probably too if you had to hang
Hold on 1 second. I gotta give homeboy Saul just a little bit of a break because he's doing all this and all this language and all this stuff's going on, and this dude literally learned English in 2 days. So like they're probably like, hey, do this action. And he's like, C or not C, whatever.
See? Korean.
Whatever the fuck he says. Whatever the fuck he says.
You ruined it.
Konnichiwa. Okay, here we go. Hi. Yeah, hi. That's all he keeps doing. They're like, well, you learned English in 2 fucking days. I mean, there's a lot of production level stuff that's probably going on there. So I'm not gonna give him the worst performance of all time.
Well, then he has this super pouty moment here where she comes out and tells him basically the council says no, and he's almost beside himself that would be their decision when I think kind of everybody else assumed it would be their decision. But here's the question, and we can get into it later too as the end of it comes up. But we were told for the first 3 episodes of this series that that May, we didn't know May existed. Like Vernestra says, she had no idea that she had a twin. There was that big mystery behind who might have killed Inara type of thing, and all this other stuff. But we find out here they sent blood samples to the Jedi Council. They talked to the Jedi Council while they were on the planet about the twins. Like, how did the Jedi not know any of this information?
I think somebody covers it up.
But they can't. They've already related it to the other party.
They can delete.
All they can say it's all dead. Yeah, they're all dead.
But that's true.
But they're not all. They've already related to. You telling me the entire Jedi Council's dead?
No, what I'm saying is they said that this planet. Yeah, you told us to leave or whatever, so we left. Or told
I think somebody on the council.
She's already talked to the council at this point. Other else, she's lying.
But the council can delete information and not share it with anybody else. Take it out of the
look what
file.
happened. Dooku.
Yeah, they
Council,
sent a notice out there said, "Hey, we ran into some." You think every time they run into some people, they're like and go like, "Should we bring them back or not?" You think they wrote that down every time?
Well, they sent them there to. They sent them there to investigate. Whether or not there's life on the planet. And there's an entire covenant of living there.
But
I think
that's not. No, they didn't send them to see if there was life on the planet. They sent there to see how come life
existed on
that planet. Yeah, started on that planet. So it's 2 different things, and that's why they had metal detectors and other bullshit.
I don't know. It just seems like a lot of plot holes was just discovered up there.
I don't
think so either. I'm kind of like.
Look, let me tell you something. Look at Dooku, who covered up freaking Camino. He covered up all the things. So the Jedi's can cover up stuff. There could be a whole bunch of.
We know the Jedi often. Yeah. I mean, Vernestra even said it. If somebody found out about this,
only Jocasta knew.
It would be bad for us. So, I mean, it does seem like.
Yeah, you could say the Covenant left the fucking planet or what the fuck ever.
Is shady sometimes.
Well, they said something at the end like, "Hey."
Well, yeah, we'll get more to it at the end, I guess.
I mean, they covered up the whole name list for 100 years, and nobody even knew about that.
All right, keep going. What do we got?
That's way worse. They're able to delete all those records.
Yeah.
It is Star Wars.
Yeah.
All right, so now what do we do? We're still arguing here. We're going.
Well, no, we get this is the reveal that the twins are part of the Virgins. So we figure out we have for some reason the Padawan knows how the genetics of midichlorians work. The masters don't because he has to explain it to him.
So I thought is this actually a problem with it? Because didn't they say they went there? She went here to have the twins. Like, didn't they infer that the Zarbak was pregnant already when they got this planet?
Well, I don't think so. I think they inferred that they came there because it would be the perfect planet to start their coven, according to what Anastasia said.
Okay,
and then they inferred that they somehow created the twins. So,
but it really was this virgin thing.
Yeah, they didn't really say which came first, egg or the chicken, but I imagine Anastasia told them it was the perfect planet for the coven because of the virgins, and maybe she had some idea that the virgins was there.
So then this other broad just got pregnant just out of sheer luck.
Well, listen,
I think they somehow manipulated it somehow. Probably.
First of all, JJ, the egg came first because chickens don't lay eggs, hens do. But anyway, that's beside the point.
I think there was a Sith behind that, Marco.
There was exactly something, somebody in the dark arts.
But in the 3rd episode, Coral insinuates that Anastasia created them.
No, it doesn't. No, she flat out says it.
Or at least that Anastasia knew how they were created.
Correct.
And and so
you're saying Anastasia went to a Sith and the Sith created them? And that was like some part of bargain with the Sith deal?
That sounds sounds terrible.
I think so.
No, she said in that episode, like, you were the mother, you created them, but you created them in
she
me.
doesn't know how it happened.
Zerback. So she's a Zerback. So that means, think about it.
She's a Zerback, so now she doesn't know how shit works?
No.
No, she just... Yeah.
She had help
You both watch the same fucking
those
video.
kids were-
Watch
No, I
this.
didn't watch any
Well, hey,
video.
JJ, two watching the same nutbag video. All right, let's go. Let's
No,
go. Give it to us.
The dark side of the force did it. So there was somebody that manipulated, that made her, that gave her life. So
Right, the dark side of the force.
There
They
was
might
a
have created
Covenant's
them.
dark side users.
No, there was an
Yeah.
article that where I'm getting this is from is I had an article, and she talked about how this relates ultimately to Plagueis.
She talks
and
about a
Anakin.
lot of things.
And so basically said this is the start of Darkseid trying to manipulate life, and she called it an arms race in an article. The Darkseid is trying to do things that the Jedi don't know that you can do with the Force, that ultimately will lead to the creation of Anakin.
Yes, but they've already said that these witches
Yeah, it's
use
a
they
horrible
taint the
idea.
So
dark
I
side.
think there's a Sith person behind manipulating and
But
using
hold
these
on.
witches.
Hold on. The witches already use the dark side. They've already been
But
said
they're not
that.
that strong enough. They're not in the Sith are the ones that are in the Force rate.
They were strong enough to
arms race.
take over a fucking
I know,
Wookiee.
but she specifically said the Sith are in the arms race, not the dark side, the Sith.
That's not what you just said, but okay. All right.
So I think there's a Sith behind it that is using these witches because
She
they're
said
trying to
Sith.
put up.
I
She
mentioned
said
that a long
Sith
time ago.
endlessly in
There's
this
a,
thing,
somebody
and there's
behind
no
Plagueis.
evidence that there's been an actual Sith in this whole thing.
I'm just
Any
saying what
place.
the article she said in the article. So
She says a lot of things, though. Well,
hey,
Okay, I don't care either way. My thing is this. I don't know, bitches be getting pregnant from nothing.
well, also too, I'm not a biology major, but
hey, you make no sense.
aren't twins normally created that way anyhow? Of
Listen.
one zygote like splitting into two?
Yeah.
Isn't that how they're created anyway? So why wouldn't their explanation just be that they're created normally? I don't know.
I didn't. Yeah, that kind of was wild. Too.
Listen, you got to look at this with the women. Yeah, some women you got to hit them and quit them. That's it, and you leave. Yeah, that's it.
Also, we're gonna need an explanation at some point, like between like Ahsoka and shows like this. Do midichlorians matter or not? Because apparently anybody can use the Force.
No,
Sticks.
but nobody knows.
Sticks. The mother, the main mother, used dark side magic and then tried to use.
She even says in episode 3 when she's giving the speech to the witches, some considered our powers dark.
Yes. And she
Some were probably Jedi.
you can't say the witches aren't dark side when she literally uses the dark side of the Force to manipulate cry bags over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Torben
Like
says
the
it
whole
too,
thing
actually,
she
in
did.
the scene, there's something dark about them.
Yeah, the whole thing she did was
And then he also
seduction.
mentions
That whole thing.
another coven of witches, which is awesome.
Yeah, they mentioned the
The
yeah
Night
because they
Sisters.
thought
They
they were
mentioned
dark
the Night
side.
Sisters,
They mentioned the Night Sisters.
Yeah.
You did not, Dwayne Scott.
Although she does for the very next line says not all witches are night sisters or something like that.
Yeah,
She
they
says
did
the
say
very
that.
next line.
Dwayne Scott's also got a girlfriend in Canada. She's very nice.
Thanks for that.
I mean, if he's making up lies about what happened here, or I'm sorry, Soul, not him.
So
All right, let's
Next.
go. What's next?
I don't know, I can't see it. Did it change?
Oh shit! Oh, I didn't change it. I keep being on this.
Okay,
Somehow
so here's where
Palpatine.
the idiot plot
We
gets
are
moved
really on
along.
this show. We got it totally figured out.
Here's where the idiot plot gets moved along because we get
This
Torben, who
was
just
stupid.
has
So
an absolute freak out and is like, "It's our ticket home! Oh my god, let me jump on a speeder bike and go invade their house!" Like this was the dumbest thing.
Yeah, at this
Made no
point, why not?
sense.
Hold on, though.
It was-
At this
When I
point,
said-
don't you just?
when I said an idiot plot last episode, this is the
Yeah.
example of
No,
an
this
idiot
is an
plot
idiot
where
plot.
some
But this is
idiotic
purposeful because they
action-
are supposed to be idiots at least.
Well, some idiotic action drives the story forward in some stupid, irrational manner, and that's exactly what's happening here.
But that's fine. It makes sense because these are idiot Padawan. So
Yeah. But
you
it
can't
gets
expect them
dumber.
to act in a
As
way
we
that's
go
not
forward.
idiot.
Idiot Padawan, come on, man. The Virgins is happening. He's gonna think go back over there. We gotta go over
He
there and
wants to
find
go
out what's
home.
going on. And he's happy that something's happening, so he'll take his mind off going back to Coruscant. He's like, "Oh shit, something's
No,
finally
he
happening."
wants
No,
to go back to
he just
Coruscant.
wants to go
That's
back
why
to
he-
Coruscant. This is
I know he
piggyback.
does because now they find it. Boom, they get it over with, and he can go back. That
Well,
was his
it's
logic.
also poor logic in the fact that, like, if you actually find evidence of what you're looking for on a scientific expedition, you don't go home, right?
This is the problem of picking Force users out when they're 2 years old. Is you get some really stupid people who might have the Force, and he's
Yeah.
one
But
of
they're
them.
not 2 years old. The girls.
Oh, he was 2 when he was taken, and they didn't know he was
Oh,
stupid
yeah.
at the time, and he was just you get stuck with him.
Turned out to be idiots. So.
Yeah, you get stuck with this idiot. You're like, oh man, I took him with 2. I can't give him back.
He was a whiny
Can't-
bastard, like freaking Anakin in the beginning. He goes, listen, how can I be on the Senate if I can't be master? This is ridiculous. Come on, man.
Soul is deadbeat.
I don't even think he took the brash vow. They're like, no, you're too much of an idiot. You're gonna take this vow. Like that's you're done.
Yeah.
He's a moron. He drank poison, so he is a moron.
Yeah, he's a moron. He is an idiot.
Listen, it's followed up by a cut to a nice dichotomy of 2 scenes here. You get Anastasia telling Osha that it's fine if you want to join the Jedi. I support your decision, more or less.
See, this is why if they're in bed with the Sith, I don't think she's letting the girl go join the Jedi. That's where your guys' that's why your guys'
I don't
whole
agree
thing.
because she said she's a mother. She knows she's gonna get in trouble for it, but she's willing to live with.
This is where your whole thing falls
repercussion.
apart right here.
I don't think so.
That's why she choose mother first. Your
That's-
mother,
yeah, she says I choose mother first.
No,
The
she knows she's
border-
gonna get in trouble with the Covenant because the Covenant is coming for her.
She knows the Sith is gonna get mad at her too, but she's okay with it.
Hit the next slide for me real quick, Marco.
Okay, Blue Bear boy. Yeah, this is it. This is what she's worried about.
This is the scene where
Hey, we
we
all
get
had that
Coral
psycho
and May.
ex-girlfriend.
and Coral basically tells May, listen, if you want to stop Osha, you get angry. That's how you
get
stop her.
angry.
Which definitely taps into the dark side of the Force that way.
Come on, that is the dark side of the Force right there.
100%. This is crazy broad. This is broad where you're like, damn, I like this phone number, but I can't have this phone number anymore. I gotta move. I gotta it ain't happening.
Yeah, but
like,
the crazy bitches
Please stop calling me. You gotta have you gotta have your mom call this lady and go, hey, my son died. Sorry, he burnt up in a car and we're not gonna have a funeral. That's what type of crazy shit this is right here.
Yo, when you tell your daughter,
So you want to know what you're scared of? That's what you're scared of.
you want to stop this certain point, get angry. So you transform into the Hulk. And that's kind of crazy though. But hey,
She's literally teaching her the dark side of the Force.
Yeah.
You can't say
Yeah.
they're not dark side users because she's literally teaching her dark side techniques.
That's right. They are dark side. There's a darker force behind it too. So that's why all this shit crazy is going on. You can't have a light and dark. That is
Well,
it.
Yes, you can. Yeah, dude.
Well,
have you read
good
Star
thing
Wars ever?
Nice
Yes, I
segue,
know.
Dom. Nice segue, because good thing you brought up light and dark, because I wanted to ask the question, are we seeing through this scene kind of here with May, the Coral, and Osha and Anastasia, do you think because they were created supposedly by those two, or carried and created by those two combined,
Right.
May ending up with Coral's personality and Anastasia's personality ending up with Osha?
Yes.
No.
No?
Yes, you know why? Because the scene that people keep talking about, if you have it in the next thing, you gotta
people.
what was gonna happen, what they were planning on to do.
This is how you know. Hey, that's the key to know that he watches all the internet.
No.
Because when he
No,
says,
because think about
what
it. Think
people
about
are
it.
talking
You
about.
have the two sisters, the two twins.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But what you go if it goes to the next
Words.
scene. But no, because I want to explain it.
He asked a question. Answer the question first.
All right. Because they're the pieces that are gonna have their essence in them. They're the
So
lead.
yes? Is that a yes? Is that what you're trying to say? I don't understand.
Words. He was saying words. I mean, those were words.
There's no word.
Yeah,
It's just that the fact they are being built to hold their essence in them.
But
they're
if it was built by a Sith person, then why would they have the light side in there?
Well, that's
Okay.
the other thing too. If Anastasia and Coral went to a third party to say, "Hey, create these twins," and it was a Sith who wanted to use it for dark side purposes, kind of in a way, why on earth would they give them the two personalities of these two different people
Yeah.
How about this?
that aren't them?
They went
Well,
to
I
the
mean,
Sith.
they could do it.
They
I guess
made a deal with the Sith. They made a deal with the Sith that helped them out because they were dying. They wanted to continue the witch's coverage. They needed two capsules that can be born that can hold their
No,
witch's coverage.
They didn't need to. They didn't need to. It didn't work. They were trying to get one, and it didn't work.
And it went two. It actually splurged.
Well, the power of one, or the power of two, and the power of many.
Out with many.
And that's where they came up with it because they came up with two, and it fit their crazy.
So the slogan came after the.
Hold on.
Yeah,
There's
the
been
first slogan
but
came
wait,
after.
Seeker, you are steeped in the lore enough to know that there just because dark side users does not always have a Sith at the end of the rainbow.
Correct. Yeah, but given the fact that this type of power is later used by the Sith. Specifically, that's why I think it's
canon.
Yeah, not in canon. All right, next slide. Dom's ready. He's going to explain what the next slide is, JJ. Don't say anything.
What a
Said
slide.
next slide, Dom.
That's a hard
No,
one.
that's
No, I thought you were waiting for something. I thought you said the next slide was
I
going to
think
explain everything.
The next slide was a slide where she was doing her thing.
Who's
Where Anase was doing her a smoke.
Oh no, we haven't got to that part yet.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right, so what do we got here?
So
JJ?
this is Osha, or I'm sorry, this is May getting angry. May basically locks everyone inside the temple.
No.
So one thing I thought to this was it was going to try to explain away May's culpability in what happened, and it kind of does, but it kind of doesn't. So
No,
it starts
she did
here. It starts here with her getting super angry and bitchy, and everybody just kind of watching her lock themselves inside.
Oh no, the mom said don't let any of these fuckers out. So she's like,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah. So she breaks the door, doesn't let anybody out. Next one. We get Saul, and so this is where the idiot plot gets more idiotic. They're breaking in, and Saul uses his mind thing that he didn't use the first 18 times, was show up and be like, oh, well, they're in trouble. We got to get to them. So they decide to climb this thing that took Saul like half a day to climb earlier in the episode, but they're going to climb it here in about 5 minutes.
Remember,
force jumping.
Well, remember in the Phantom Menace, the Jedi's ran fast. They had that power to run fast, and they can jump, they can leap. So there you go.
Yes, the power of the Flash. Who could forget that?
Yes.
Double jumps. They just forgot to place AA back to back.
But then we end up with, so here you get that dichotomy between these two again. Obviously, Coral's like, it's time for violence, and Anase is still advocating that they can't use a violent method to get rid of the Jedi. It won't work.
Agreed. This is where you see the balance.
Yeah. And then you have this. This is the crazy part to me. Is like, it kind of, like I said, I thought it would try to explain away May's culpability some, but it doesn't really. Like, she accidentally sets the fire and then tries to put it out, kind of, in a way. But she still locked her sister inside, told her she was going to kill her, and the place is on fire. Like,
well, the anger got the more of her, but yeah, then it explained how the fire spread, at least.
Mm-hmm. Well, sort of. It's burning up the stone floor, which doesn't make a lot of sense.
It got into the electrical system and set the whole electrical system.
Oh yeah, and that sets things on fire like nothing. Real quick.
That makes sense.
But I thought this was here. So Sol and Torben finally show up. Torben's obviously thinks they're gonna walk right into a fight, but I found out that Sol is just talking with them. You know, he was pretty calm. He was. Anastasia
he's doing what Jedi was supposed to. Yeah.
Yeah. Anastasia says something odd in this scene where, you know, she's like, oh, well, they could be raised by an institution instead of a family. I'm like, you're a coven of witches. Like 50 of you. That's kind of an institution. Like, your weird cult is still an institution. Like, it doesn't really.
Yeah. Go figure. The figure pot called the kettle black with the Jedi, their institution is take away all their attachments, all their love of everybody. So basically, it's going back and forth. Who's right and who's wrong.
Mm-hmm. You know? But I think Sol's trying to figure out the purpose still
of his Padawan.
Of what they're going to do with the children, because he thinks they're at this point. He still thinks they're not going to hold them over. Early on in the episode, he seemed to think they were going to sacrifice him.
Well, that's what May said. May misspoke.
She misspoke what the ascension was. May said it was to sacrifice them for something else, and
the hole
kind of read it as
they were looking at the hole. They were going to throw him into the hole.
But I think his mindset of that occurring plays into the next, the scene coming up, which is probably the most important scene. So here is a little bit weird part. This doesn't get explained very well to me. I wish it was explained better or shown better. He yells Osha's name right here, thinking I assume that May is Osha.
Yeah,
it's actually May. So he thinks she's Osha at this point. So roll into the next slide.
No, sorry.
Which I think is really telling.
Yeah. Then we get Anastasia smokes out, and she moves over towards May and almost gets behind May. If you hit the next slide, it's on there. So you see her kind of
go into her.
Yeah.
Well,
stop saying into her on a little kid.
You know, meaning she wants her essence into her body.
Stop
That's
it.
what they-
Dom,
But is that really what she
stop, stop.
You're better. I know what you're trying to say, but it's
No,
not helping.
Dom,
She's
do
attached
not.
to the
do it.
Stop.
You know what I'm
Why would that?
saying?
No, why
You know
would
what
that
I'm
be
saying?
the case? Why would she
Yes,
want to do that,
stop.
Dom? That makes no
Stop.
sense.
Stop.
That's my point.
Because that's what they were.
There's
they
no
were born
explanation for what's going on in this scene of what
and
she's
she was-
trying to do.
she was
Soul, I
like-
don't think she's trying to, or even like you said, maybe take May's body somehow. I think that's what
Possessor.
Soul thinks.
Possessor. There you go.
But I don't think that's what she's actually trying to do. Like, I don't get the purpose of what she's actually trying to do.
Well, I thought she's trying to protect him from because at the same time we got Crazy Pants starring his. I think she sees a fight and she's gonna go in front of her kid and protect her kid from crazy ex-girlfriend chick and crazy pube head boy. That's what I think she's doing. I think she's going over to jump over there. The same thing I think Saul was doing. If you look at where his thing comes in, it's a defensive stance. I think they're like, yo, dude, we're protecting people. And
Look,
I
Well,
think
Soul thinks
OSHA-
she's protecting OSHA at this point because he still thinks she's
OSHA
OSHA.
and May both.
And by the
possess-
way, your analysis on Tuesday was wrong. You said you thought he like got deflected. He clearly stabs her right in the chest.
listen, OSHA.
well,
and
she's
May
not
both
there
possess
though. You just
power.
showed this. She's like halfway across the thing.
No, she's starting to go halfway across the thing. She's definitely there.
Yeah,
I
she's
think he's
ready.
Right
worried
in the
that
chest.
Her face is right there. You can see her face on the young girl's face or over the thing.
No, she's
I
right
think
there. She's
he's
still her
worried-
body.
Oh, that's where he's stabbing her. Yeah.
he's worried
Yeah.
that what's his name's going to get Torben's going to get possessed again. So that's why he's.
I don't know. I don't know,
I
man.
don't think
Man, that's
Torben's
it.
getting possessed. I
Nobody-
think that
That's
But
my
look at
problem.
where
We
she's
have-
angling. She's angling right. The spear from Crazy Chick is angling right towards Soul.
Yeah, I know that. But what's Anastasia doing?
See, I thought she's a viper. Or she's a
All right.
vapor.
you know what? I think she's hurting. He gets scared. Think about it. It's like a fast reaction. Sometimes things happen and it's a trigger warning. Like he got
Yeah.
scared. You see that in front of you.
I don't know about that. I mean, she's smoke. Who thought you could stab smoke?
Yeah, but she wasn't.
Well, Saul clearly does because he's swinging at it.
He got he
Yeah,
stabbed
He went
her,
like this. He
clearly
just went like
stabbed
this. He went.
but he stabbed her before she fully friggin' turned to a complete smoke.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, she's gonna possess May.
He was looking at crazy. He was looking
No,
at
I
crazy lady.
I think the most interesting thing about this scene, though, is Saul doesn't know really ever the difference between May and OSHA.
Well, he finds out. I didn't capture it on the thing, but he finds out here. This is where Anastasia tells him that you're an idiot. I was basically going to give her anyways to take with you, but now you fucked everything up.
But
And
now I
Saul's
see his
obviously
face.
just
I'm like,
kept
is he
out.
just not understanding English in that point, or is he like?
You know, he
it's
was
like-
confused. He
I
was
heard about
He's
confused.
heartbroken there.
Yes.
But yeah, you can see he's heartbroken because when Coral actually does try to fight him, he basically doesn't fight back, or at least
wait a
very
minute.
reluctantly fights
How'd
back.
you get her with hair? It looks like friggin' goddamn the Zerbrok has hair. It's like the way she's moving and he's fighting. It's
It's
like,
just a blurriness.
I know.
She does have hair. She's got hair on the back of her head. Look.
She's got a hair on the back of her head.
She does, right? Oh, but okay.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Because
Did
the
she-
whole
Why?
time-
We're talking
Yeah,
about
then
this.
she smokes out.
yeah.
Yeah, and takes over Kalnaka, who appears
was
out of
kinda cool.
nowhere.
He goes that when Corbin, they told Corbin, be careful. He goes, my mind is purified now. I can't get it. She goes, I'm not talking about you. And you see
Yeah.
Kanak standing there. That was like a horror flick. I like that part.
I gotta say, Torben. I was gonna address it again at the end, but there's a lot of people that feel a lot of guilt in this thing. Torben didn't really do anything wrong.
Well,
Like,
he
I don't
did
know
too. He
why.
ran in there for no reason on a speeder bike.
Well, not really. He got stopped outside by Soul, and then Soul was like, "We gotta get in there."
Yeah,
No,
that's
but
a good
Torben was
point.
like, let's go. We're gonna rush
Yeah.
in there.
That's a good
Let's
He
say
point.
got stopped before he got there.
Right.
That's a
He's
good
still
point.
an idiot. He has a lot
To
of
save
blame.
the children.
I'm not saying he's not an idiot. I'm just saying, like, if the situation goes down, he's not to blame for a lot of this stuff. But anyways, he almost gets killed by Kalnaka, which was an issue. I
That
tried to
was a good
capture more of the
scene. I like
fight.
this.
Everything was blurry.
Yeah, it was cool. The fight was good. It was all
It's
right.
everywhere.
It was great.
There's a captured image of here. Anara finally shows up. She tackles Kalnaka, managed to wipe his mind or whatever she does there, which somehow kills all the witches. I don't get how that
She
works.
used the force to kill the witches, which is
No, she didn't. So
I
that's
know,
where
she
I'm saying
didn't.
it's
That
kind of
was
like
it.
no. That's where I'm kind of
Yeah.
saying it's like the connection bomb. So
Yeah.
when they're connected together and the connection breaks, because that's kind of what happened in the Sith bomb. The connection broke because of Darth Bane. Then when that occurs, all the people that were connected at that time die.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
she
but if I remember
broke
right,
the
wasn't
connection.
Bane trying to kill them in that manner?
She did. Yeah, he was. But they didn't know that.
She didn't know that was going to happen.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't think she knew that either. Like, yes, Bane knew that's how that works. I don't think she knew how that works. I think she was just trying to help him. And then that severed the connection and went sever the connection. Hopefully this is how Ava Chris goes out too. But,
usually, though, when that's happening in somebody's mind and you break the connection, it kills the user or the person whose mind is being used. But I don't know. Either which way, it wasn't explained fantastically for the
No,
whatever.
I'm
people
fine
that
with
don't know
that.
lore that well.
They can explain that through Bane. Or something.
And then all the old people die.
Yeah. And then we get the May. I finally figured out. So there's two ways he figures out it's finally May. First off, he sees. I didn't capture an image of it, but he sees the mark on her head when she's holding her body earlier.
Yeah.
And then here, at first I was like, well, if he can't tell them apart before, how does he tell them apart here? I figured out it's actually them yelling at each other.
Yeah, they yelled at each other. Yeah.
Yeah, they said May and OSHA, and then that's how he figured out. I think that was OSHA, and
But
she was
didn't they
basically
see-
chose to save OSHA, which I think it's hard to say whether or not he feels more guilt over killing their mother or more guilt over this. He obviously feels
Hard to
guilt.
say. I mean, he just feels lots of guilt. That's the thing.
Yeah, he made a lot.
I mean,
of
it was all his fault.
idiotic decisions. Yeah,
Yes.
But- and then we get him basically saying, I'll turn myself into the council. I'll do this. And for some reason, Inara, this is the point where Inara then finally tries to stop him by saying, "No, you
No,
can't do
she's
that.
trying
Don't-
the whole time.
Don't ruin OSHA's life. She's been through enough type of
She
thing."
doesn't want to get in trouble either. So
Yeah.
she's protecting herself just as much as she's protecting anybody else here.
But what would
She's
she
just
get in trouble
Making it
for, though?
seem like it's more altruistic
For running the mission or something? I don't know.
What? She's
Like
the, she's the one in
her-
charge.
She was supposed to stop him from going in. She did it.
She's the one that's talking to the council. She's the one in charge of this thing.
Now she has to cover up a whole
I
freaking
guess.
witch's death and the freaking killing.
Yeah.
one kid.
Yeah,
Which
so
is
she could
still-
just say, like, hey, listen up, man. Like, an accident happened on the thing. We saved one of the kids. And that's the story they told. And that's the story they told the council. We went back there. An accident occurred. The whole fucking place is on fire. Everybody's dead except for this one kid. So, yeah, the council didn't have... Nobody had to cover anything up because she did. That's what I'm
Well,
telling you. Like, this big...
The council did have to cover something up. They had to come up. There was a twin. Because they probably
Yeah,
didn't
but
want to
say,
They had to cover it up. There's one person back. Like, bro, no, hey, guys.
but
But
you're
that's an easy cover up.
no, you're discounting though the fact that the first 3 episodes again that they say the Jedi and the Council have no idea who possibly could have killed this person. It's got to be OSHA because she matches her description. If this story was told that May killed her, then they would know that there's a twin.
They covered it up at the
No,
time.
what I'm no.
Hey,
This is
they're
what I'm no.
records.
Stop. What I'm telling you is, they said it. She said it here. You're going to tell this story. The story is we went back to pretty much say goodbye to the witches. When we got there, the whole fucking place was burnt down, and all we found was one unconscious girl who was alive. There was nobody there. Nobody left. So now you bring this one girl back. You're like, look, she had no family. There's nobody there. She's just
That's
this
not the
abandoned
story
girl.
she tells them though. The story she says that we're going to tell them is that May started a fire and killed the coven.
Well, whatever.
So
So
they're
everybody's
specifically
yeah, that's what I'm
saying
saying.
May.
Everybody's dead. May's dead though. Like that's what I'm saying. She was abandoned. OSHA was abandoned. Everybody's dead, including May. That's what they're saying. They're saying everybody's dead. So why would you think that a dead person's going to kill people? Which
Because
is more
then-
plausible. Huh?
Because then when you started investigating it, and the fact that OSHA wasn't in that exact place, you still never mind.
I
Either
agree
which
with
way,
Marco. Like, it's so long ago, 60 years ago.
And there's so
We
many
got things
people.
going on all the time, but people aren't. Only a few people
Yeah.
knew about it. And
You
even
come
those
back.
people
You
aren't
come back to your
even around
boss.
anymore.
Yeah, you're like, hey man, that fucking place all burned.
maybe
down,
it's just
bro.
bad record keeping.
Yeah, well, that too. I mean, there's a shit ton of people doing it too. I mean, maybe they just didn't file a proper TPS report.
But the real horrific part is that if you skip to the next scene,
No.
they're like, don't ruin OSHA's life by telling her, what really happened. So they ruin OSHA's life by telling her that her sister killed everyone and is also dead. So everyone you knew is dead, and your sister's responsible for it.
Yeah.
Have a good life, kid. But,
Yeah,
I mean, they're horrible Jedi.
yeah.
yeah, The fucking D. They're the D class, man. Not the A team. They sure shit ain't the A team. They're like the D
I
minus
just
team.
love the. I love the fact that people. Oh my God, you desecrating the Jedi. They were always a force for good. When they were dumbasses all the freaking time.
Yeah.
But I don't know. To me, like there was a lot of idiocracy going on in this whole thing.
Which I think was purposeful. I agree with you. There was.
I think so too. I think so too.
I mean, it's purposeful, but at the same time, it's bad plot. Just to have like an idiotic thing after another happen.
Because they're done. They're the D squad. That's right.
Yeah.
But these are supposed to be the people that we know and like in the story. Like, I don't know.
But that's what they're making you is go like, wow, you're a bunch of fucking idiots. Like,
maybe
wow,
maybe
you're
they're
One
just
side
like
of the
they'll
story,
die.
the other side.
They're like, hey, you put in the moron squad. You know that guy that never gets a raise at your job? That's who they sent in to do this. You know what I mean? Like it happens. They're everywhere.
I got a lot of guys with my job like that, so
There you go.
yeah.
That's what they did. All right. Anyways, so let's just ask. I mean, JJ, did you get into it? What did you give this thing? A 2.5, 3.5, 3.0?
I think I said 3.0, but after I go back and I see it a second time, I'm probably going to move it back to 2.5.
Fair for you. Wade Seeker, what do you got?
I'm gonna go 3.5, just because the pacing I did not enjoy. I did not enjoy that we have so many unanswered questions, and we spent a whole episode on this at this point in the season, and so
Yeah,
that was my problem with this episode.
Dom, what do you got?
Are you saying you have a problem with it being a flashback?
I have a problem with it being a flashback on the second last episode with so many answers outstanding.
Yeah. Dom, what do you got?
Good point. I agree.
I'd give it a 4, 5 points higher than the episode 3 because the fight you finally got to see a Wookiee fight with a lightsaber, which was fucking awesome. That's fucking awesome. That was great.
I called that
You know,
up.
Oh, you're not
I thought
helping.
it was good. I like the fight. Tobin was badass with the friggin' the Night Sisters, man. With the friggin' the witches with the arrows.
I also give it a 4. I probably would have given it higher. I might give it lower if depending on what happens on the last episode.
Yeah.
But like how it played out, I'm okay with it. I dislike that's a full episode flashback, obviously. But like I did like the different point of view thing. I think it was poignant in a lot of its points, including proving that fucking Jedi aren't this squeaky clean thing. Some of them are fucking morons. And we got the moron squad. So I'll probably do that. All right, so, now JJ, how can they go ahead?
I was gonna say real fast because I saw this online and it was kind of a fun game to play. Mm-hmm. But culpability wise, who has the most and what percentage would you give them? I do have a list that I got offline if you want.
Let me answer this question.
No, you answer, I'll answer. Yeah.
As long as it's a flashback about Nubs as a kid, I'm all in. Give me Nubs.
Of course you are. Yeah, you know what?
Okay, here we go. I will give you most culpable is what's her name? Indira.
And you think she's most culpable?
Absolutely, because she's supposed to be in fucking charge, and she's worthless as tits on a fucking bull. Second to her, and not a percentage much further below, is our man Soul. That fucking dude is reckless. He just is reckless and fucking out there. He's having a soul summer, bro. He's a woo chick. He's doing whatever the fuck he wants. Then after that, you get Bitch Boy. He's next. And then finally, and he should get 0%, or maybe give him 5%, is the Wookiee. Because at one point,
the place. He was like,
no, hold on. At one point, the Wookiee just got to be like, you guys are all fucking idiots, and swoop them all across the head, throw them over the fucking shelf. And like he was following directions. He's doing what he's supposed to do. Good soldier does his job. So Wookiee gets like the only thing is that one day when you know, hey, listen, this shit is fucking wrong and they're going to get me killed. You got two choices: get killed or throw him off the fucking cliff. You better throw him the fuck off the cliff, bro. So he gets about 5% there. Bitch Boy, probably about, let's see, because he got on the speeder and went, but they still should have stopped him because he's just an idiot. And the fucking person raising him, like, do you blame the kid that's a shitbag, or do you blame the douchebag parents that fucking raised him that way? You know what I mean? So maybe
he stopped him before he could have. If Soul was doing the right thing, he could have prevented the whole thing because they stopped him before he got inside.
Yeah,
but Soul was like, "Well, let's break in."
How come she didn't stop him?
So maybe you give him like 15%. So what is that? That's 20%. So we get 80 left. So you definitely are going like 45% endurance.
Oh,
Michael Freeze.
Yeah.
Did I?
He froze.
You
Yep,
did I?
for a minute.
Still froze.
You're back now.
Okay.
You're back.
You're back.
45 Endura, 35 Soul, 15% Bitch Boy, 5% Wookie for not killing everybody.
Killing everybody, just go home.
I agree with your Kalnaka. I think Soul gets the most blame.
Yeah, he's on my chart for most blame too.
Man, the whole fact that like he thinks he needs this Padawan, he's working like out of all of these like insecurities the whole time. Can't tell May and Osha. He's just a bad Jedi.
Yeah,
Indara,
but she's the general.
Indara's just stuck with these incompetent people. And after, I don't know if you've ever been in charge of incompetent people.
Yes.
But after long enough, you just say, I don't care anymore.
No. You make them clean the toilet every day. That's all they can do.
After
You go
long,
clean the
I
toilet.
don't care
You
anymore.
go and clean the
These people
toilet.
are
All
just
these
so
rocks.
stupid. So she's still to blame, but I kind of get it because she's stuck with all these incompetent people.
No, you just
And they drag you down.
Rocks. Then she should be in charge of the people.
More incompetence.
So I'm going to go 50% of the blame is on Soul. 35%
I might go 42
is on Dara, and then 15% is on, the Padawan. That's my
Fair.
Yeah, I could have done 42 and a half on the two of them, to be honest with you. Because, like, that's how bad. Like, she is so... You say everybody else is incompetent? She's incompetent as fuck because she can't lead these... She literally... Get them to count rocks. Get them to go back and count weeds. Put them on a fucking plane. Do something. Go ahead, Dom. Who do you got? Who's blamed?
I think I blame Soul, about 45%.
Okay.
Endora, I blame her because she is the leader of this whole thing. Second, I give her another. So 45% for Soul, more like 35% for Endora.
Okay.
And then the rest of the two other Torben and Kanaka get the rest of the percentages. But I blame them both. Because they're both. Endora is the leader. She, yes. Sometimes when you're a boss, you have a hard time dealing with some people. You tell a person not to do something, they do something stupid. We all know that. You should know that, Marco, because people, being a boss, for the job.
Yeah, I told you, I sent them to do remedial tasks.
Exactly.
The most remedial shit ever.
Exactly. So she's more worried about the image of the council and stuff like that. And yes, she was trying to be hard, but at the same time, she could have did more. Fucking Tobin is her friggin' Padawan.
Smack that bitch.
Exactly. Beat the shit out of that pain in the ass.
She outranks Soul too.
That's what I'm telling you. She is she's the CEO. El Presidente. She's not just the CEO and the Presidente. El Presidente.
I feel bad for Kanaka. Kanaka was just there because he was trying to find minerals in the ground. He cooked some stew. You
saw him with the fucking metal detector. He's like, really, you got this shit going on with me, man.
Exactly.
Come on. I could have been doing better shit than this.
I feel bad for him. He goes, I left Kashyyyk because of this shit?
Yeah.
Hell friggin' no.
He's like, first Wookiee Jedi in history, and I got to deal with this crap. Like,
exactly. Yeah, so, but, it's sad. Soul is the center behind everything, because, his rational thinking, man, the way he thinks.
Yeah, but the problem with his Endura should have said, hey, I said no, motherfucker. No means no. And that's what she did. She just was like, no, but go ahead and do whatever the fuck you want.
But you know what? I think she has a lot of respect for Soul, too.
No, she didn't.
Well, she didn't. She fucking didn't care for any of them motherfuckers.
No, she does, but at the same time, she just didn't have the control. Like, she didn't give two fucks.
No, I love her. Like, you don't even have Padawan. She didn't have any respect for him.
Yeah, no.
What do you think you are? They don't even trust you with the Padawan.
So it's why. That's that you have to ask that why. It's a cricket letter. Why?
Because he's not be good.
Yeah, because he's fucking incompetent.
That's why he's the leader of this whole friggin' shindig that went down because of him.
All right, JJ.
So
What's your percentage?
I was very similar. I went Soul like 45% because I think he's most culpable. Everything that goes wrong is essentially, at least indirectly, attributed to him in a way.
Yeah.
from right down to the desire to like he must have Osha as a Padawan, even to the discovery of the twin. Like if he wasn't there on that planet with the three of them, none of it would have ever happened because he wouldn't even found out that people were there.
Look,
but
he's like, what's
let
his
alone
name?
break into their thing and sneak around for a while.
I'm gonna follow these little girls who are on this planet.
He's
all
a
the
brick.
way home.
Oh, I like brick. Oh, I like wall. I like lamp.
Yeah.
You like everything in the room.
He's a fucking idiot.
Freaking anchor
That
man.
was the weird part too is when he first saw him and followed him home. There's like no real reason. Like he calls right away to tell Indara that they found somebody, but there's no real reason to follow them all the way home and then break into their home.
None.
That's a creeper, dude. That's a creeper.
Creepy. Yeah. All right.
It was Indara, and then the two people, Kalnaka, I blame less. Torben, I don't blame very much at all either. I don't know, like he did get his head taken over, but like I don't know.
I blame Torben for being an idiot. Just running.
Yeah, I mean, he's an idiot.
Yeah, but he was taught to be an idiot. He was taught to be an idiot.
At the same time, like if the dishwasher breaks a bunch of dishes and you didn't show him how to wash the dishes, like who's really responsible for that? But then like the two people I blame that you guys didn't blame at all are the two mothers. Like they should have been working some shit out or something.
Oh yeah,
they were going on. Like
I told you those two were gonna
just
fight, and
smokes
that was
out
gonna
for
cause
no
the death of
reason.
one of them. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I absolutely called that portion. I was like, dude, that one mother versus the Zarbak and the rest of the witches.
And
that's what happened.
You can't blame them, but you got to blame the whole fact that they were doing some shady shit. He's right. They were doing shady shit. And they got away. They were hiding on a planet that was supposedly no life, supposedly a planet.
Yeah, so, and Coral, especially for basically disobeying Anasaya several times, like when she's like, we're gonna let Osha go, and she's like, no, never. Like,
bitch, I carried her.
That's first. Yeah.
And why would Soul be that surprised to find people on this planet? This planet is lush with like life everywhere.
Yeah, but
somebody's gonna
because they have hold on now, because as they were saying, that planet was only X amount of years old. So like to have a whole bunch of
it's an old planet. It just survived the disaster.
No, they said no. That's not
something else in that.
Something
I look at it like a Chernobyl thing. Like Chernobyl happened. It was a dead zone. Everybody left.
Yeah,
but then like when stuff starts growing,
nobody's gonna find it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but stuff starts growing. There ain't like a fucking 100-year-old tree there. There's like a 10-year-old tree.
So yeah, man. Tree looked pretty
cool. All of a sudden, he sees like grown ass. Like, he sees grandma fucking witch.
Petrified Drengir.
Yeah, there's grandma fucking chick over there. He's like, what the fuck is 90-year-olds doing here? So
we found this planet with lots of life. Nobody else in the world's smart enough to find this planet with lots of life. Come on, somebody's gonna find it in a big galaxy.
No, I don't think that life. I mean,
it's a big galaxy,
but human life. They didn't expect humans to be there.
Yeah, I think that was stupid. I know, but
anyways, go ahead. All right. So how do you? Okay, JJ, you can start out. How do you think? How would you think it's going to end, or would you like it to end?
I mean, I think it needs to end. Whether or not it should end, in what 38 minutes? Well, I guess 43 minutes total if you include the credits, but 38 minutes basically of what we'll get of an actual show. I don't know because I haven't seen the way they're going to do it. I think they have a lot of questions and ground to make up and not a lot of time to do it in.
They might rush it, which is bad.
I mean, they might not rush it. I just think some stuff might get forgotten.
Correct. I'm not forgotten. Or just hold off for season 2. Yeah.
I don't like the idea of doing that though. That's when you're billing it as an 8-episode series. You haven't been renewed. You can't say. Even if you expect to get renewed, like they've never publicly said that. They would like for it to happen. Everybody likes for their show.
Well, it's also not the ending to the story.
No, it's not. Yeah, exactly. The end of the story. They never said that is the end of the story.
But that's a terrible way to bill it to people.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but she's always said they always have season 2 written, or
Yeah. So, I guess that was my biggest problem.
Just because there's season 2 doesn't mean that all these characters have to be there, and you can't end this story. You can end this story.
The Stranger, she said, is going to be in season 2 or whatever.
Have a season 2
this stuff,
which is fine. You can still do that, but you still need to end this story. This story at 8, you have to. End it.
I mean, you've done much as far as killing off characters and stuff. What are you going to do in a season 2? Like you got to
Have new
follow
characters. Another
May and Osha have been the two weakest characters, honestly, of this thing. You gonna follow them around?
Osha's going to
No.
be in season 2.
You
for
could
sure.
you could just follow around straight. Well, we don't know that there's going to be a season 2, Wayseeker. You keep saying
I've already called there's going to be a season 2. I already
Well, we
declared
asked you how this is going to end, not what you're fucking
This
doubting.
story right now, yeah.
Yeah, how's this story going to end?
I think one of the worst ways it could end would be to leave too much stuff open and expect season 2 will finish it off, because first off, you don't even know that it's going to happen even now. Like,
Star Wars doesn't.
If you haven't been renewed by the end of your first run, boy, let me tell you, that ain't great.
Yeah, usually the first couple of weeks they'd say it's renewed. Like Andor, like that was quick when they're like for sure.
Andor was already 2 seasons from the get-go.
Yeah, but like you look at other streaming shows, it's usually the renewal is granted pretty early on.
Ahsoka didn't get a renewal until like 6 months after.
But Ahsoka's ran by the
I'm just saying,
president of creative.
Mando
by the guy who didn't know if there was going to be a movie
Disney
or. If
doesn't operate that way with Star Wars. Mando didn't get a renewal for like a couple months after.
That's not true. But not season 2.
It's so far
right away.
The problem with those, though, Wayseeker, is they're in that circle of Filoni wants to create a Mandoverse, and they both float around in that circle of his Mandoverse.
Yeah, so we knew something was coming after that.
Yeah,
like we just
like Obi-Wan was outside that circle, and I don't know.
I don't know. It's a big deal.
How would you like this to end, though?
Me
AJ
or him?
Yeah,
I would like it to end with. I'd like to end with us figuring out, basically what's going to happen with the twins, and then also the stranger. Those are the two questions I really want answered. If you leave other stuff hanging, I wouldn't like it, but so be it. But like, as far as the stranger story goes, I think we have to have a finale to that, in the sense that like he either has to take Osha on as apprentice moving forward, or somehow both twins have to be out of the picture, so to speak. And or vice versa, the stranger is out of the picture, and then you have at least one of the two twins, kind of standing at the end.
They pull the Zart. What's her name? The one that turns. Yeah. The
way it could end, though, is everybody could. I think is the name of the last episode Doom. I don't know if that's right, but supposedly that's the rumor. That doesn't sound good. That sounds like everybody dies for the most part. So I wonder, though. I mean, I could see it definitely as a Soul somehow sacrifices himself to save one of the twins. I could see Osha even dying and May being the twin that survives. I don't know, but like I said, if I get an answer to, kind of, and not how they were created answer like we saw in this last episode, but like what happens, with their life story going forward.
I think they're going to use that virgin text or whatever it was called. I think they already explained how they were born.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't really want that story. I already.
Well, that's basically, you can say that all you want. That's how the show's been. They felt like they explained that well enough. It's done.
I don't think they cared to explain it all the way.
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna get more of it, but I don't think they cared to explain it.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That they explained it. They felt that was sufficient.
I think they will leave. I think they will leave numerous threads untied.
They believe, not you, Wayseeker. They, and you just said the same thing. So you can't shake your head no when you say, "Yeah, I don't think they're going to
believe that they did it sufficiently." I just didn't think they ever intended to answer that question.
Right. So they think they did. If
they're leaving it up to the audience to assume, I think is what he's getting at.
Once again, I think and I think that's what I'm saying is they think they did a significant job of explaining it. Leaving it up to the audience is what they feel is what they're going to do. All right, let's get into Dom, because I know Dom's got some great stuff for here. Dom, what's going to happen in this final episode?
Well, listen, like JJ said, there's going to probably be some threads that are not unsolved, because it's unfortunate that we'll probably sacrifice some of the things, because 38 minutes, it's kind of hard to really get into a lot of the stuff that they had left open. You'll probably get Soul. Soul definitely probably die. Either sacrificing himself or just doing something just to try to make things right, because he knows that he's the one that kind of made a lot go astray with his way of thinking, the way he wanted a Padawan, how crazy he seemed kind of like on edge all the time. You know, the Virgins, the thing you said, Marco, about the Fight Club type of scenario. I see Soul. You know, I see the Stranger being a part of Soul. I see Soul. The Stranger is his dark side, and that's the Virgins right there. Not the twins, Soul, and you know that. You know he's using a projection, force projection on that.
Oh, there we go. I was waiting for the force.
Oh Jesus!
No, but you know, hey, look, there's a lot of meaning.
I give you credit for sticking with the theory. That's what I give you credit with.
No, but anyway, make a long story short. I think at the end, everybody could die, and Vanessa covers up everything, and move forward into the political thing. You know,
I don't know how that benefits her though. At this point, I don't get it.
I did that already. Stop trying to do stuff way secret when somebody already did it. All right,
I already did it. I did it first. You did it.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I had it up.
there.
Well,
no,
I had it up first.
I'll say this. One thing about Dom's theory is, like, are you saying like there's a weird like growth out of Soul that stays behind on that planet and finds?
no, I actually think that the Stranger
that might make
was made.
sense, kind of.
Yeah, no, because think about it.
You're trying to make sense out of this.
No, if you think about it, that he wanted a Padawan. The Stranger wants an Acolyte. And Soul is always on edge. Why wasn't he able to have a Padawan? Why was all this time that he was that they didn't trust him?
I think we figured out why in this episode they didn't trust him to have a Padawan.
You know, you think about it all the time.
That part out.
About the twins. Hey, look, Leslie Headland came out and said that you're not going to find out the origin of the twins. That she said that they're going to leave that open.
But we did, in a way. We didn't find it out exactly, but we did.
Yeah, I know. But I think it's all about Soul. I think Soul is the Virgins with him and the Stranger. That's your thing. If you do get a Sith down the road that shows like a Plagueis or something like that, you might get an end credit scene that he was involved. But I don't think we're gonna get anything like that.
I think they would do what I would love for them to see, and what I think would make them like move past that Virgins thing. Just keep on trucking, because if you try to go back and you try to cover it, you're gonna fall into all kinds of weird stuff that's just not. Just keep on trucking past that Virgins thing.
And I think they are. I think what's going to happen is this: we're going to end up losing the majority of these people. At one point, we're going to assume that we lost the Stranger, right? We're going to assume that we lost the Stranger. It's going to be like, all right, cool. He wasn't this or whatever. Yeah, we went together. And if the twins are dead, if the twins aren't, I would assume that one of them is going to stay alive, and that Soul eventually is going to get his Padawan out of it, right? But then at the very end, even if we don't get a season 2, I think we're going to see like the end or whatever, and then all of a sudden the Stranger shows up on a ship going to a different planet someplace else, like just in the space, off into the world, and he's not actually dead. I think that's how they're going to end it. I think they really are. I think that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to fucking, all of a sudden everybody's going to, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. We're going to go have this big battle with the Stranger. We're going to take him down, and then it's going to be a false kill. They're going to think they killed the Stranger, and the Stranger is still alive. I think that's what's going to happen.
Kind of like that, but I almost wonder if, we like Dom mentioned his thing, there's this talk of like, oh, Vanessa is going to cover it up like a Jedi cover up. But especially if the theory that Dom and Wayseeker have had in the past, there's a Sith above all this, or behind the curtain, so to speak. What about a Sith cover up? Does that not seem like the likely scenario in which he basically kills the Stranger?
Yes,
Skull's already dead. Vanessa is somewhere locked away or dead or something.
JJ, you're getting to my theory of what's going to happen at the end.
Yeah, I just think that it might be a better, like, I just think might be that, like, kind of how they didn't report I think they foreshadowed this because they didn't report the sister and all the witches there because they're all dead. So if the Stranger guy, the Dark Force guy is dead, if the Dark Force witch connection is dead, then why would they report any of this? Because there isn't a Sith. And they go along. And then this guy, the Stranger, still out there trying to find a Sith. He's trying to find.
But at the time that you're at a time where the Sith want to stay hidden, right? What better way to stay hidden than to do it
And they-
yourself?
Yeah, fair.
And
That's a
they
good
want-
idea. I
So
like
here's
it.
my theory. This is what I think is going to happen. So Saul's going to die. Stranger's going to kill Saul. Osha is going to kill May. At the end, the Sith is going to come and kill both the Stranger and Osha. And we'll see who the Sith is at the very end, because the Sith does not want anything that could tie back to the Virgins. And I don't think the Stranger is acting in the Sith way. So I don't think the Sith wants anybody that could possibly be brought to the light and the Jedi could learn about what the Sith are doing to come out in the open. And so the Sith is going to end up killing both the Stranger and Osha.
And to lean into one of Dom's crazy theories from earlier, to lean into that a little bit, we don't know what happened to Coral.
Yeah. No, Coral's still alive.
I think
But-
she's off. I think she goes off to the Night Sisters. I think she's a part of the Night.
No,
Because she is Zerbrak.
they're teeing you
Zerbrak.
up so that she's gonna be a Sith, Dom.
Well, she could be. You know what? It could be a bunch of things.
No,
Well,
I
she's gonna
gave,
be
you,
a Sith
I
apprentice.
gave you the thing. You
We
had that
T-balled you to
theory
say that
3
that's
weeks
gonna be the
ago.
Sith apprentice.
You're right. You're right.
Oh
Thank
man,
you.
I gave
The
you a
problem-
50
the
mile
problem with
an
her
hour
being a-
fastball right down the middle.
The problem with her being a Sith is I don't think she could kill Osha. So then maybe Osha survives. If she is the Sith, she can't kill Osha. She could kill the Stranger, but she couldn't kill Osha.
May.
That was one thing they kind of.
If May dies, she could. If May gets killed by Osha, she will kill Osha.
I
She's
would love to
already
see
let
that.
her
I don't
sister
know.
kill her.
Let me
She'll let
ask
her
you.
kill her. How about this? How about this? Just to piggyback onto your things, Osha kills May. Soul sacrifices himself to keep Osha alive. The Zarbak then kills both the Stranger and Osha, and then she's seen talking to a hooded figure. Like, that could definitely be a way to end that motherfucker.
I could see that.
That could be a good one too.
Let me ask you this though. One thing
And it
we
ties
didn't
up a
get
lot
in
of
this-
ends quickly.
Wait, how
One
about
thing
this?
we didn't get in this episode that we kind of thought we should have seen on Tuesday, and we may
What's
get
that?
in the next episode. If they don't do it, will you be disappointed if you don't see how when the Stranger kind of comes into the picture and connects with May originally?
No.
No,
No.
I know a lot of people will, but I won't
I
have a
don't care.
problem with it.
I don't have a problem with it, especially if it ends like the way we just said it ended. Like, if it ends that way. By the way, we're our own writing room here. We put together a good fucking end to this show real quick, right? That's fucking good. Hey, boys, good
Let me
job.
ask something.
Congratulations.
Think about this theory, real quick. The Stranger talking to Osha about being old. We don't know how old the guy is. You know what I'm saying? How old he is? He's real old.
Well,
Now,
Who?
wait.
You're still stuck on the Stranger
You're
being
already jumping
beautiful.
ahead. You're already jumping ahead of your own thing. He never
I-
said he was real old. He just said what happened a long time ago, and he emphasized the word long.
all right.
But a long time ago can be 20 years, not like 80 million years. Like, there's a long time ago can mean more than one thing.
I know it can mean a lot of things, but I'm just kind of curious that him bathing. What is the bathing?
Tom, we've already went over this
If
before.
they wanted you
I know-
to think about his penis.
I know you. The
Subliminal
bathing was
messaging.
about his vulnerability in front.
and the
Of,
friggin'
You mean lack
Ocean.
of vulnerability? You mean?
it was to get Osha being more vulnerable because he was more vulnerable. That's all. You're reading
I
way
know.
too much into that.
I know, I'm just saying, but it's kind of he has the bathing. He has the inside the cave too. He had the bathing in the cave. He was in-
Why are you about
bathing.
dudes bathing all day long?
Bathing.
Listen to me. Listen to me. I'm trying to get at something. Who else bathed in waters that corrupted them?
Oh, see, this is some bullshit he got. at the
Uh,
end.
This is totally bullshit.
No, think about it. Think about it.
Now, we just came up with a great ending.
I know we did.
We
Mandalorian?
used your crazy
I'm
shit,
just throwing one more crazy
Wasinger's
theory out there.
half-ass shit.
I'm
threw it
throwing
all
one more crazy
together.
theory out there.
What are you talking about?
Who else bathed in water that's corrupted them?
The last anybody
You're
that's been
referring
in
to
the
Maul.
last
Are you referring to Maul in the
No.
Night Sisters and stuff?
the Night Sister thing?
No. Abeloth.
Well, I don't know, Dom. Lots of people bathe in Star Wars. The
Abeloth.
Mandalorian
Listen to me.
bathed in
Oh,
Star Wars.
Abeloth. Yeah.
Abeloth.
Abeloth.
Listen to me.
Okay, of course.
Look at friggin' the Quagmire's mask. The smile.
Dom, you're ruining
We're
everything.
gonna have a ghost
just
fucking
Dom,
being
you're
come
ruining
out.
everything.
What are we
I'm just throwing it
doing?
out there. Crazy theory. There you go.
No, you're
Think
not
about
just.
it. Think about it.
No, I'm not
Nobody's
going
thinking about
to.
it. Nobody needs to think about it. Nobody's even thinking
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, let's make that
Show
the most confusing
show
part. Dom.
possible.
Dom's
Yeah,
right.
Boba
Dom's right.
Fett, he bathed in a back of tank.
Yeah, two. Yeah, but that's not it.
No, I mean, that's why I think there's got to be somehow either a false death later on leading to the Sith, or there has to be a like you guys said, somebody killed.
Well,
like, you see what I'm saying there?
It's got
But
to
they got to wipe out everybody. They got to wipe out Soul. They got to wipe out like
Soul's dead.
Let me get
One
to
of the twins has to die at least.
one twin.
let me get to one more thing. We never saw Soul's back.
Fucking
If he has a scar like Quagmire, come on, I'm just saying. Yo, dude, I love
I
these
can't leave.
theories
It's
going
too good.
Dom, just wait till Dom says we never saw Soul walk out of a bath. Never saw it. You don't know. You don't
We didn't see him
know.
bathe. We didn't see him bathe.
Never see him bathe. Jesus.
They gotta love theory time. I love it.
No, I don't even know what that means though.
I don't even mean. I love the rumors and theories and freaking shit.
Yeah, but no, it's just words, Dom. You literally are just saying words.
Built on something.
Listen, you take
fucking
some
blue.
shit and you throw it at the wall. And if it sticks, I'm going with that theory.
Dom's theories are based on stuff that never actually occurred. It's not based on stuff that like occurred earlier.
Yo!
Into something. It's just,
You could actually
We never
leave things off
bathed.
that's gonna happen.
what do we know?
We never saw that little gopher's back without a shirt on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Never
How
saw the
about
gopher's
this?
back.
Maybe the
about this?
gopher
How
is
about
the
at the
Sith
end?
Lord, Dom.
How about
Maybe
at
the
the end?
gopher is the Sith
Yeah.
Lord.
At the end, everybody dies, right? Everybody dies and it's
Except for the
quiet
gopher.
and it's panning out. All of a sudden, you see Basil.
Yeah, Basil.
Yeah, that's it.
Basil's the Sith Lord.
With
That
Nubs.
is not
Basil
Basil.
and Nubs are the two Sith Lords.
Well, I
Very
think we gave
beginning.
a pretty good theory of what's going to happen
It's actually Pip the droid. Pip the droid is in charge of
one way or another. I think we got to get something. I don't actually know. I mean, I know we haven't seen the. Okay, let me ask you this one. I know we haven't seen the Zabak mother, right? But
Yeah.
who's saying she's still alive?
Exactly. That's the thing. We don't know.
Hedlund said something
He's out
in an
there.
interview this week that made it
He's
seem
out
like she
there.
was alive.
Yeah, but she's been doing a very good job of saying shit
I know.
that
she
hasn't
has
been
been-
fucking. That's been put in a lot of theory. That's why I'm telling you, give her something else. She's
Nobody-
been doing a good job.
Yeah, she
Nobody
also called the stranger Sith several times in interviews too, and he's not a Sith. So
Yeah, and then remember that time she said that Kylo Ren music fucking definitely. That was definitely something that was going to make a
It
big
means
difference the
something,
very
it
next
means something, so
episode.
they said
It
that-
did. It's because of the Kylo Ray drama, lovers. That's what it meant. That's what the drama comes. Or the
they're
movie
not
comes
lovers.
back
They
to.
just met.
Doesn't matter. They were in love.
You're saying the stranger and
No, it's
Ocho
not.
were in love.
Well, that's the connection there. Yeah.
That's not the connection. That's not it.
Even Dom says that shit is a fucking reach, bro.
That's a real rich man. Not. That's more.
It's
That's
the
more.
new
Hey, look,
Raylo.
you know,
No, the
look,
new
it has
Raylo.
something to do. It has something to do with, you know, that
The theories are too
you know,
good.
Ray, the virgins. It's a theme means either the
That
virgins
side of the
between-
room over there is just fucking lost it, bro. I don't know what
Yo,
fucking water.
I know
they're
who the
drinking.
Sith is. Nubs. Nub comes back. He's the Sith.
All right, we gotta get this
It's a
show done. Let's just,
Okay,
It's a
yeah.
Nubs force.
I was going to
projection.
open a box real quickly. I'm going to try to open it as fast as possible while we go over some
Oh,
other
gosh.
things real quickly. We should be
I better-
done
I
with this.
better
in like
hop off.
15 minutes.
All
All right, you wanna do this?
All right. Yeah, let's do this quick. So, hey, start popping your thing real quickly, Wayseeker. Go over some of the cards that we can explain what that
All
is.
right.
I'm going to do the
So this
thing
came
where-
from an article. This didn't come from me, but we wanted to look at these. It's on TCG Player or whatever of the 10 cards that everyone wants from Shadows of the Galaxy. I put a question mark on it because I'm not sure everybody wants these cards. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Marco pipe in.
Who wants? Was it Bazine?
Bazine's a good card. I think
No, she
Bazine
is
is
good.
one. that
And
you
she had the
want.
one little scene in the Force Awakens.
I know. But hey, Supreme Loader Snoke is one that people say you want. I am not sold on this card being that good. An 8/6/6
I've
comes
seen
in.
it played
Every
well.
enemy leader gets -2/2. I don't think this card's that great. I
I've
think
seen it been played pretty decently.
It Yo,
And you've seen it pretty decently in sealed and draft, sure.
No,
because
no, yeah, no. I've seen it in Build a Deck where they've played it decently.
I'll be surprised if this card's actually that good.
hey, look at Luke Collins' friggin' in the chat. Look what he just said.
What do you say?
Luke Collins. It says,
What if Mother
is Darth Maul is one of Darth Maul's mothers? He survived being cut in two because he learned the power of two.
Yeah.
Oh, I've also seen something. By the way, I've also seen something in some of these packs that is a little interesting take. It is that if you get a certain rare off the top, that you know what the rest of the packs are going to be. But we'll see. All right, go ahead. So what do we got?
Yeah, I'm not. I don't think Snoke's that good. I could be surprised. I do not think Snoke's that good of a card.
This card's really good. This card's one of the most underrated cards in there.
Infeast is really good too.
He's good. Go ahead. Keep going.
Bazine, though, I do think is one of the better
Speak
cards.
of Snook.
There you go. It's a legendary right in the first pack.
Legendary
There you
first
go.
pack.
And Mando. The Mando or Clan? Or that
Clan Red.
Clan, yeah. Bazine, stats are fine, but the whole point is you're able to disrupt your opponent's hand. When you play early in the game, you can discard a card from your opponent's hand, the card that really affects you most, and then they do draw a card, but still, being able to know what's in their hand and take out something, stop their play. Maybe they don't have any play for the next turn in their. They have to top deck if they're going to do something super strong to be able to disrupt somebody's hand. I think that is a really great one of the rares. So, what do you got there? Crosshair?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you got Cobb. Cobb's good.
Yeah.
And Echo.
Ooh, and the hyperspace foil Echo.
That's good. Kylo's tie silencer.
I need that card. I don't have any of those.
It's fine. Nobody's
it's good for air. It's good for air, dude.
What?
It's good for air, man.
I get that it's good for air. It's an overstudded air unit. I just don't. I think long term there's going to be lots of these 2/3/2s. Its ability is only good with like Kylo. It's where you can just discard it and then play it, paying the cost. That card right there is busted good in draft. And we'll see lots of play, the Phantom Tie there. I don't know. Of course, you're going to put it in there. I'm just not willing to pay money for this card because I don't think it's that good and it doesn't fit in that many decks.
Yeah, I mean,
I think there's substitutes that you can put in there that aren't that much worse than it. And so this is a must-have. It's a good card. I'd play it, but
it's a good draft. I mean, it's a good draft. Oh, there's another hyperspace in here. It's a good draft card, man. If you play
a
it,
little blurry, Marco. The card's a little blurry.
Sorry. All right. I'll slow it down when we get there.
Boba Fett's armor, though, is one of those cards where if you're playing a Boba Fett deck, you got to have Boba Fett's armor.
Oh, I need another IG.
Like, you're probably only playing Boba Fett's armor in a Boba Fett deck, though.
Yeah.
It's a 2/2/2 that doesn't do anything unless it's attached to Boba Fett. But if you have a leader Boba Fett and you can prevent 2 damage every single time as well, that is really brutal to deal with. So it's a must-have if you're playing Boba Fett. Really good rare in that regard. But outside of that, a 2/2/2 is probably not worth playing. So 10.
Okay, what do you got next?
Wrecker.
Okay.
Wrecker's like 2 cards in one with the downside, right? It's a 7/6/6, which is fine with Overwhelm. You don't need to use the Wind Plate ability if you don't want to, but Wind Plate ability is great in sealed, great in draft because it gets you your removal.
I like them all. I've had one Wrecker out of all the packs.
I haven't got Wrecker yet, but yeah.
Really?
But yeah, if you defeat a resource, you can deal 5 damage to a ground unit. I mean, that's great. Maul's really good though. Like Maul's
really good.
One of the better units. I agree. This is a must-have. 7/6 Overwhelm, and you can move all damage that you would take when you're attacking onto some other underworld thing. So, ambush and Overwhelm by itself makes it playable. But then it has that ability. It's great. Maul's so strong.
Maul's good.
I agree completely on Maul. Darksaber, I agree completely on too. Everybody needs to find a way. If you're playing Mandalorian,
Darksaber sucks. It sucks to play against Dark. Yeah, it sucks to play against Darksaber.
Giving experience to every other friendly Mandalorian unit is super broken.
Can I speak about this card real quickly?
Yeah.
If you're playing your drafts right now, when you're going out there and you're playing not even drafts, but if you're playing what's the other one called? The one that you do in the
Sealed.
Sealed. If you get a leader with blue, and we know if you get Rey and you get this card, you will play Rey. Because this card and Rey, because of her action, it really, when people figured the first pre, they didn't figure it out. By the second pre, everybody who got this was playing it, and this thing gets statted really quickly where it's all of a sudden like a shield 4-8, dude. It gets tough really quickly to take it out. So you have to waste a lot of energy trying to take it out early. And because it starts at 1, you could put with Rey, as soon as you put it in, if you put it's your first card to play, you've already turned it into a 1-5. And what 2-part card can take a 1-5 off right off the bat?
Yeah.
And then you're gonna play it right away. You're gonna do Rey stat on it again, so it's gonna be 2-6. It's a very tough card. If you pull it in decks, if you're playing in draft style and you see that and you're thinking about playing Rey, grab that card. Even if you're not going to play Rey, just in case you decide later to play Rey, it is a very card. Ooh, cool. Got another Fort Loam.
Yeah.
Second one.
Yep. Yeah.
Anyways, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, Darksaber's great. I agree. It's one of the best cards in there. And Poe's another one that's really, really strong. And it just 5/6/6 is really strong by itself. And then being able to discard to deal 2 damage to a unit or a base, or get rid of an upgrade. Because sometimes discarding a card to get rid of a shield if you need to get a unit out before you attack, that's really good. Or if you have a lot of cards in your hand and you just needed them to discard 1 card from their hand, all those are very strong. So
here's another card that the smuggles. It's a very cheap smuggle.
good card. I put
very
that
good card.
Yeah.
They got a lot of great common cards in this.
Yep.
Like very playable twin pods. I use that a ton. They've got a ton of playable cards in this deck. All right.
Crate Dragon. I know Crate Dragon's super expensive right now.
Have you seen the 5-turn deck?
Well, yeah. Yeah.
That's why he's usable.
I don't think you need to have this card.
What is this?
It's only really good in a certain number of decks. So most red decks are never going to 9. Like, unless you're playing Han, you're probably not going to find a room for this card in those decks. But in Han, you absolutely want this card. And it is kind of broken in that regard. So,
super broken, dude.
Yeah. So it has a spot for sure. But outside of Han, I'm not sure this card sees play. Because red's so aggressive. And who's going to 9 in red?
Yeah.
So
yeah, but when you could bury stuff and send it.
I know.
I mean, you're going full set. And by the way, the crappy part about this is if you're doing constructed deck with it, right? If you're doing constructed deck, you're getting to it twice because you're going to have 2 of them in there. And there's a card that you can pull out that lets you pull it out. So that's what your whole goal is. So you're going to get it on 5. You're going to get it on 6. I'll be honest. I got this pulled on me in the pre on the last game. And if it went one more play, it was lights out. But luckily I could take them in that. I mean, it's a game stopper. Firstly, it's a game stopper. So if you don't take them out by the time that happens, it's game over for you. It really is. If this card gets on the board, it better be that they don't get to turn it. Because if you turn it on you, you're done. It's over.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And then the other sense of showcases. And Rey is the one I think that's going for the most right now. That's the showcases. It's going for about 600.
Ooh,
I've
wow.
seen
Rey's going for 600?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Rey's really good.
The showcases are still doing pretty darn well, man.
Yeah. Rey's really good too.
She is. Yeah.
So
I'd be surprised if she doesn't make her way into the regular play. I know everybody's trying to match it with cards that we've already seen from last set, but I would be very surprised if the Rey card is not a card that has longevity through not only Series 2, but probably into Series 3. Might be the Vader type card. I know a lot of people were playing Sabine Wren and really like that action, but I'll tell you this. the cards and even some of the cards in the other deck that you could start playing with Ray, it gets very dangerous really quickly. The only thing that is negative is I wish it wasn't such a penalty for playing dark side characters with her, because there's some blue blacks that are that would just, I mean, it'd be unfair. Oh, finally got DJ. People complain about DJ, but I've never gotten before, so that cuts my legendaries down to like one that I need.
Yeah. So you played in 2 pre-releases this week?
I have, yes. I played in 2 pre-releases. The first pre-release I did really well. I went 6-2. Luckily, one of the guys I was there, I was deciding between Cad Bane and Ray. And I was looking, and I had Moisture Farmer, and actually that was the difference maker, believe it or not, was Moisture Farmer. And when he said something, he's like, I don't know, man. I know you're putting that together. And I was like, I'm not happy with my God, this would have killed on this. These decks would have killed on this on the pre-release. But like I said, I'm not really happy about it. He's like, have you ever thought about Ray? I was like, I heard Ray or Kylo, you had said to play him Wayseeker. And I was like, I just don't know. And I looked at the card a little bit more. Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Looked at the card a little bit more and was like, yeah, all right, man. Maybe I'll give Ray a shot. And I gave Ray a shot, and I kept the other deck ready to go just in case, right?
Yep.
And all of a sudden I went. So, well, this is how I lost one that I didn't like. I mean, I went 2-1 in it, but this is how I lost one that I didn't like. We were playing, and I won the first one. And then when it came to one of the tiebreaker games, he slowed down his play because he knew in like time had he had pulled a Wayseeker. Time was up already, pretty much, and they told him that. And at that point, I was ahead, but he slowed it down and was like, "Hey, let's just do 2 more or whatever." And I was like, "Yeah, I don't care," thinking like we're just going to roll off or whatever. I was ahead. It's not a big deal. I didn't know that he was saying that that's when we were going to stop. So we went 2 more. And in those 2 more, he had 1 more damage on mine, but it was like 13-14. Yeah. And I just started my restore rev. So I was going to bring down it was about to be the same thing that had just happened before, where all of a sudden you just start bringing down all the points. There's Wrecker. Yeah. You bring down all the points and none of it matters anymore. So I was on the verge of doing that. And then he called it, and I was like, wait, what? Because the next turn I would have had him more damage on him, and not just more damage on him. I would have probably healed up a lot more. So I lost that game by 1, but whatever. I won the series, so I don't care. And then after that, I got really nervous the next one. I was like, no shot that this is going to work again. Like, I just thought I kind of got lucky. And I started to learn I wasn't lucky. I knew how to play that deck. So then I just started like whooping ass and kicking names. I mean, it turned out pretty fun. The next time I was playing at my home one, and I had already kind of told those guys how it had gone. And then we started seeing a lot of blue-red decks show up. Yeah. And I mean, it was what it was. They were pretty good. Everybody, I would say the first one, everybody was pretty evenly skilled. The second one, my local LCS, there is a lot of championship mats being played on. There's a lot of championship. I would say half the people had championship mats they were playing on. So, and maybe not all, I mean, obviously not in Star Wars, but in all different things. So it was kind of a different type of a take. But I knew that going in. I knew the first game was going to be a little bit easier. And it kind of shows me where my medium is now. Like, I'm definitely better than beginners. I'm not, even people who've been playing a while, I am better than, I can more than hang with playing with people. But that once it starts getting toward those top echelons, I can play them. But I also I played blue-red versus blue-red. He had moisture farmers, turned every card over every time. And there was one game where I kept turning cards over and there was nothing I could do. I even mulliganed. I just couldn't draw cards.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when you can't draw cards, you're going to lose that one. So you take that L. You try to go on about it. I did. I got beat up pretty bad in that one. I went 3 law, 3.
Caden's good.
Huh?
Kragen's Allegor.
Yeah. What did I do in that one? I won 3, lost 3, and split, and then lost a die roll. So 3, 4. It was like 4 and 4 in that one.
Okay.
I mean, I was 4 and 4 in that one, so it wasn't too bad. But that's what I say. The competition, but I drew all the top guys in that one too. So, well, no, that's not true. The last guy that I went 3-0 against, I didn't draw. He wasn't one of the top guys. So, you know, what I mean, I wasn't playing any, but actually, it was kind of funny because all the guys I was playing in that second game, the first 2 guys had already played 4 different pre-releases events by then. So that also is like, you know, they have the experience of seeing cards.
Yep.
But those decks for that, sorry, getting to the rares. 4 Loams Night or L3.
L3.
Yeah, for that, I guess. See, this is kind of a weak box. I think I've only gotten 2 legendary. Oh, that's all right though. I'll take that Boba Fett. Yeah, this is a terrible box.
Yeah, started off so good. First pack legendary.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, for that, so not so bad. I mean, see, that was a lot of people that were winning are playing the blue red out there right now, and I got to admit, it's kind of tough to not play it. It really is kind of tough not to play it. But if you don't get certain cards like that, and you don't get something to go into air, you're in a little bit of trouble. You're going to be in a little bit of trouble. There's not a lot of people still using bounties yet, though. I know people like this card. What is that? The double? Yeah, this is just a shiny. Okay. There's not a lot of people that are using bounties. I had 1 bounty used. Still a little confusing with the bounty system. I will tell you that the smuggle system, I lost 1 game because I fucked it up. Like, not once, too. It was like one of those games where you got in the weeds and you kept making mistakes. Like, I smuggled stuff and then had it there and forgot. Like, lost by 1 point. I had a smuggled card that would heal 4. He could only attack for 3. If I would have instead I put a shield up, but if I would have healed the non-smuggled that I forgot to do, healed 4, whatever, I would have killed him because then I needed to only do 2 damage to him. So
Smuggle's really fun. I really like this mechanic. I think it's great for sealed in particular, where like out of nowhere you can just play some cards.
Well, a lot of them too is like you get to smuggle heal stuff that like you're not going to use for 1 draw or 2 draws or 3 draws. Yep. You're going to need to use them later down the line. Oh, there we go. Be fun, man. That's my second one of those. It's not too many. All right. And it really helps in the end game. But if you forget about it, you're screwing yourself. So it's just something I have to get a little bit more used to. I'm not used to, like I said, I'm not used to using that style of technique or technique of gameplay. I know that's not. It's something that card players know of. It's not a new style or whatever. But yeah, to me it was. So there you go. I mean, that's kind of how that went. Did you play anything this week?
No, not this week. No, maybe next week. There's Mando. There's a legendary.
Yeah, the Mandalorian.
You got 3.
Yep, got 3. So yeah, I mean that's it wasn't terrible. I mean, it was a good experience. I'll tell you this, it was also a good experience at home. And this is something else that happened. So I have the Grogu card. I've got the Moff Gideon Judge card. I won those. I won what else did I win? There's a Ray. I won one of the carrier carts for the dice or whatever else, like a sidecar thing. And what else? I got something else. Oh, and then the last 2 packs that I opened that I won from that other thing because it was per whatever round win or whatever.
Yeah, pack per round win.
Pack per round. So I won 2 packs, and I pulled a crate of Darksaber and Poe.
Wow.
I pulled one of the packs. I pulled, I think, Darksaber and the crate out of, which is just ridiculously good luck. So like, oh, cool. Ingir. I haven't hit him yet. Wookiee second. Wookiee. I've got so many of these now that are foiled. So yeah, all in all, I got to tell you this. Like, I know people are complaining about like these packs not being shuffled or whatever, but this will be box number 3 with 4 extra packs, or 4 extra packs being pulled. And I have got some wildly crazy, like people were offering money for the cards I already pulled. So, I mean, it's It's good pack opening. It's
Do
fun.
you think it's cheaper to buy the card outright than buying boxes and stuff like that?
I don't know because, well, here's the deal. I'm not somebody who gives a crap too much about the showcases, right?
Yeah.
So for me, I enjoy this better because I'm getting like, oh shit, there's another crate.
Yep.
Like that's my 5th crate. This is one of the more expensive cards to sell right now because
It's like $50 still, I think.
yeah,
40,
50 bucks.
40 to 50, somewhere in there.
So I don't need this. So I'm gonna start selling these. So like for that, like how I don't care, and it's so enjoyable to open those.
I know
like,
it's the open packs. I like
Dom, I think it depends on how you play. Again, if you're only trying to build one deck, a certain deck, you'd never want to buy a box because you're going to get a lot of cards you don't need.
Right. But we're playing.
If you want a play set or you want lots of different options, then you buy a box.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for a specific card, a box is the worst way to go because the chance of you getting that one specific legendary is pretty low.
Like we're in league play. I'm starting a league play. So is that a hyperfoil rare or unique? Okay. So with that being in that, like I need multiple cards because you have to play. Oh, cool.
Are we doing something in Baltimore?
Are we doing something in Baltimore? What do you mean?
I'm
drinking a lot of Baltimore. Oh, I will tell you this. Stay tuned. If I were you and you aren't following Baltimore Comic-Con, I would follow Baltimore Comic-Con next week, especially maybe Thursday. I would follow Baltimore Comic-Con on Thursday. I would book Baltimore Comic-Con before Thursday because I don't know this for a fact, but if I was somebody who talked to people who know things, then maybe some. Don't shake your head, Wayseeker. I've been told not to talk about stuff, so this is the only way I can do it. But if I was that person, I would tell you that maybe
word salad. It just sounds like word salad.
Well, the problem is like that. The difference is Dobbs doesn't come to fruition, and I just can't say who I talked to or whatever. But I would tell you that, So there's going to be something going on there. I don't know if it's for you, Dom, but it's a lot of people. I'm not going to say anything else because people keep trying to get it out of me, and I'm not going to say it. But
I'm just saying, but I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
That's right. I learned it from
words.
I learned it from Dom, man. But no, so like we're doing a league thing now where we're gonna, 1 week you have to have a Twin Sun deck, the next week, and you get league points, but they're giving away packs for wins. So like it's important that I actually can come to play. Because if I can't, if I can get a win here, sneak a win there. I mean, the problem is my local LCS has got like some decent players at it, or LGS has got some decent players at it, and it's a smaller group, so it's going to be tough because they know what they're doing there.
Yeah, that's how you're going to get better. That's how you're going to get better real quick.
Well, that's where when you see look at this Pershing.
Nice.
Look at that. Nice. But that's where you see. That's where I'm saying, like, when I see playing against other people, it's like, I've played versus, I'm getting better because I'm getting, I don't always mind. You don't always mind losing as long as you learn something from it. No showcases again. Oh boy, that stinks. That is the one thing I had gotten really lucky opening showcases in the first series. Just as many boxes, I'd pulled 2 showcases.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Oh, cool. Oh, cool.
Yeah, Finra.
Yeah,
well,
shiny. All right.
Nice. You got 4 legendaries there.
Yeah, I got 4. That's not bad.
And some good ones, and some really good ones. So.
And I got 2 good ones and one that I've already got enough of that I can sell them. So
yeah,
get back to some of that stuff. So, all right, well that's cool. Anyways, anything else? I think we're pretty good.
I think we're ready to wrap it up.
Yeah, I think so too. All right, look at that. Closer than it normally is. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Thanks, chat. You're great tonight.
Yeah, thank you, chat. Thank you, everybody, for staying as long as you did. We still got out of here faster than we normally do. What are all these things here? Oh, we're not on any of the other. Well, we got to figure that out. We got booted from the other stuff for some reason.
Okay.
Okay. We got to talk to him about that.
Dom did something.
Twitch said that somebody reported our heading.
Oh.
Yeah. We got reported on 2 platforms that are
Good job, Marco. Marco
Our
did it.
title, that our title is
Marco
not
was
appropriate.
trying to be funny. Got us in trouble.
Yeah, trying to be funny, got us in trouble with the title. So there's that. Good luck. All right, guys. Thank you very much for that. I'll talk to y'all later.